We are streaming now. Welcome in everybody on Discord and on YouTube. I'm starting a second camera right now for everybody in Discord. This is rapid fire coaching. Guys, I got to talk about something today. I got to get something off my chest. Before we get started, if this is your first event, welcome in. If you're watching on YouTube, howdy, how you doing? If you're watching in Discord, appreciate you guys. This is rapid fire coaching in the paid community in the Rocket League Clubhouse. Okay, I'm fired up. I got to give a little bit of a speech today. I've been, on calls all day, and I was talking with some of the coaches at the Rocket League Boot Camp, which is like our sister company, brother company. It's the same company, but whatever. It's, affiliated. That's where we do the one-on-one coaching. And today we need to talk about a topic that is foreign to some people that I'm conscious some people are not familiar with in the developed world. And that conversation is hard work. Can anybody tell me what hard work means? Let me give an example. Feel free to shout it out in the Discord chat. Give me an example. Or like, no, I don't know what this concept is. You're like, I scroll TikTok. Anybody want to go?
Hard work is working 17-hour days and not getting no breaks out in the hot sun doing concrete.
That is a great example. Yes.
I don't think you have to work for 17 hours a day to be a hard worker.
Okay. Here we're gonna get into a debate. Before we get into the debate, yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a fair point. 17-hour days in the concrete. That is hard work. Yes. I was about to sit here and complain about having to work in my poor air-conditioned unit, being on my laptop, taking calls all day. Like, that's hard. Working 17-hour days in the heat with no breaks, that is proper hard work. I feel like I was talking with the coaches today. I was talking with Torment and Freaky, who are two of our coaches at the boot camp, and we've been planning this big 6-week rank up sprint that we're doing, which is like kind of a big deal for us because for the first time in 2 years, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement. This is only to people in our paid community, but we announced that we're going to be doing a live cohort, basically 20 students, etc. And so we're planning it. We want to make sure it's a good time, obviously. And Freaky made a great point, and he's like, Luke, we need to make sure with this cohort that you tell people that we're going to teach them everything, but they still have to play Rocket League to rank up. Can you imagine that? He had to remind me that we have to tell people that after we do the coaching, that they still have to play the game to rank up. Because he's like, if you just tell people that you're going to teach them and they're going to rank up, then they complain when nothing happens. And I'm like, you are absolutely right. We need to say that. But I was thinking to myself, when people go to school, right? Like you go to a classroom, you go to high school, right? You're taking, I don't know, pre-algebra. Or maybe if you're gifted, algebra, or even, let's go for a second, calculus. And there's a student in the front raising his hand, asking questions, doing all the things, right? He gets an A+. Everybody expects that. But then there's another student. There's another student in the back. He sits in the back of class and he plays Clash of Clans and Clash Royale all day. And he doesn't study and he doesn't do anything that they tell him to do. The teachers give the same paperwork and they give the same homework to both students. And the student in the back, who is picking his nose and playing Clash Royale the whole time, he gets an F, or he gets a D, or he does not do well. And the student in the front, who is asking questions and doing all the homework and doing everything, go figure, he gets an A, and he passes. In that class, everybody's like, well, duh, D student, you were picking your nose and playing Clash Royale the whole time. Obviously, you didn't pass the class. But for some reason, when I tell people in Rocket League, like, yes, we have to play the game to improve, it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I have to play ranked? Like, how much ranked? Is there a shortcut? Is there a secret? What's the secret, Luke? The secret is there is no secret. It's just a bunch of work. Now, I was talking with Freaky, and he's like, it's like people forget that in order to go pro, I learned everything that everybody else is learning, and then I played the game for 10 hours a day, 4 or 5 years. It's like, okay, then he goes pro, right? Same thing with Torment. Freaky ass. Torment, how many hours do you have in the game? I don't know. Torment isn't a very vocal guy. If anybody's ever done coaching here, he's kind of a little more nonchalant. He's more on the nonchalant side than the chalant side. And Torment's like, I don't know. Let me check. 17,000 hours. That's how many hours I have in the game. It's like, go figure they were pro, right? Go figure Torment's a world champion. He put 17,000 hours in this video game. And so, anyways, I don't know. I might be like a little amped up for no reason. The speech might be completely pointless. Some of you might be tuning out. Maybe some of you will remember the speech, tomorrow. But it's like nowhere else. Like you go to India, you go to China. At least I've never been to either of those places, but in my mind, I imagine you go to those places, right? And you tell people that live there, you are going to have to work hard in order to get the results you want to achieve. Everybody's like, no shit, Sherlock. And yet, we go in the US and in Canada and in the developed world, you say the exact same thing. And you say, in order to get what you want to get, you're going to have to work hard. And people are like, do I have to? Is there a way around it? What do you mean work hard? I work hard. I like an hour a day hard? No. If you want to be exceptional, you have to be the exception. By definition, you have to do more than what is normal. You have to be abnormal. And so maybe I'm just like, a Rocket League coach and I have no clue what I'm talking about. But in my small corner of the internet, in order to become known as the number one Rocket League coach in the world, at least by audience, or the most known in this, I can't say the best because I don't feel like I have the right to claim something like that. But I could definitely say I'm the most known Rocket League coach in the world. That's undebatable. In order to do this, guess what I had to do? I had to make a lot of Rocket League coaching videos and do a lot of Rocket League coaching. And so, if you want to improve in Rocket League, today we will be going over all the things that you can do to improve. And then after that, understand that none of the strategy matters unless you do it. Right? Right. None of the strategy matters. And I would even say, if you are at the start of your journey, like if you are less than 50 hours in the game, the strategy matters even less than you think it does. The strategy is most important when you already have momentum. Like when you're already doing things and you're putting in the time and you're consistent and you're playing the game and you're in motion and you're like, okay, I'm driving, Luke. How do you steer this car? But if you are at a standstill right now and you're asking me, Luke, should I turn left or right? My answer is you should start driving. And then we'll tell you if you should turn left or right to get closer to your goal. And so that's my car analogy. We also did my terrible work hard analogy. But the general point is, I just think it is so easy to be outstanding today. It is so easy to be exceptional. It is so easy to get any result in the world that you want to get. With the internet, never been easier. It has also never been easier to do absolutely nothing all day. And so if this means nothing other than, if this means nothing to you other than do the things that are required in order to achieve your goal, do it. I don't care what your goal is. Your goal could be to go pro in Rocket League. Your goal could be to lose weight. Your goal could be, I don't know, get a girlfriend. I wouldn't know how to do this. You probably need to go talk to a girlfriend expert, not the Rocket League coach guy for this one. But if you just do an amount of work that it would be unreasonable for you not to be successful, you will often get the goals you want. And so with that, we're going to be talking about Rocket League today. That is my speech on how everybody is soft these days and nobody does anything that they say they're going to do, and nobody actually sticks to anything they say they're going to do. And 90% of people just watch and they nod their head and they go, that is a great idea. And then they swipe to the next video and then they go find another idea to nod their head to. But if you are the 1 in 10 people watching this who not only listens to what I say, but then actually does it the same day, not like a week later when you forget about it, now you don't even know what you're doing. But if you actually listen to the things we go over and you apply them in your game, you will improve. And if you just listen to the things that I go over and then you don't do anything, You'll be like the student in the back of class who's picking his nose playing Clash Royale, complaining that he failed the class. It's your fault that you failed the class. I said the same words to everybody in the class. Does that make sense? Can I get a yes if this is clicking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is there like a particular
Hell
event that riled you up to give a speech like this?
Is there a particular event that riled me up to give a speech?
Or is it just like the accumulation of
The
every member you've
It's
talked
2025, brother.
It's 2025. Yeah, it's a good point. So I was talking with I genuinely was. I was talking with Freaky and Torment. We were planning this rank up sprint that we're doing, this like cohort of 20 students that we're trying to help improve. And Freaky was like, Luke, make sure this time that you're very clear that they have to do the stuff we say they need to do in order to get the results. And that
Have you
just
had, like, past-
sentence just boggled my mind. Like, we have to, but he's totally right. We have to set the expectation of like, hey, we are going to give you the information. It is on you to take action. And here are the requirements, and you have to hit those requirements. Yes, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. I also made another impetus for this was I made a video, and I'll start a screen share on my Discord. I made a video on my IRL channel. For those of you who don't know, I have a IRL channel where I just talk about like life lessons and lessons about like what it's like to scale this coaching company, what it's like to be a 20-something-year-old with, you know, a lot of subscribers, whatever that's worth. And so I bought these books that are behind me. So you see me, this is me in the frame, and this video got, you know, some amount of traction that more than my normal IRL videos get. And I'll show you guys here. It got some amount of traction, more so than my normal IRL videos get. And it was about how I bought these books that are behind me. And for those of you who don't know, let me show you these books. I'm turning on a webcam on my Discord as well. Unfortunately, I can't turn on webcam on Discord. Okay, so you just have to imagine there are these books behind me. And I pulled out these books, and for the people on YouTube, I'll show you the books right now in person. And I spent a lot of money on the set of books and the set of training manuals to help hopefully grow the business and deal with scaling, because for many of you guys who don't know, we've had almost 300 people join the community in the last month. And that's awesome. It's also very stressful for me. And so I'm trying to figure out, you know, how we scale the team, how we hire people, how we figure it out. And so anyways, I got this collection of books. I'm live on YouTube. If you're watching on Discord and you want to see what I'm screen sharing, it's on YouTube. So I got this collection of books. And anyways, there are a bunch of manuals on, you know, things that you need to do in order to improve your business and be a better leader and generally fuck up less. And I'm like, that sounds interesting. I need to fuck up less. And so I got these books, and then I made a video about it. And I'm like, by the way, these books are awesome. And the whole point of this 11-minute video that's on my screen here is 90% of you should not buy these books because they're extremely tactical and they're only for people who actually take action. And the problem for most people is not that they're missing information. This is true of Rocket League. This is true of business advice. This is true of getting in shape. We all know what we need to do to get in shape. Anybody want to take a guess? Eat less and move more. That's what you need to do, period. Like, you need to eat less and move more. The problem is doing that is hard and painful and not fun and boring. And so most people just don't do it. And then you get all these like fads that pop up. Like, oh, you need to do this. You need to do this diet. You need to do this, whatever. It's like, no, you just need to eat less and move more. And if whatever you're doing helps you eat less and move more, by all means, do it. If you want to do the shots, the GLP-1, if you want to eat keto, if you want to do your 10,000 steps, if you want to, you know, stand on one leg and rub your tummy and, you know, whatever helps you burn calories, whatever you do it. But the fact of the matter is most people do not have the results they want because they don't take the actions to get what they want. Not that they're lacking some secret or lacking some information. 1% of people lack the information. 10% of people lack the information. If you're somebody who takes action, you're nodding your head and going, yeah, man, I'm taking action. I'm just frustrated. I'm not seeing results. And so that's where I come in and I'm like, okay, I can help you. Right? But if you're just looking for more ideas to mentally masturbate to, then I can give you these ideas and enjoy, but it's not actually going to change your life. And so that was the message of the video that I made. And all of a sudden, a ton of people were resonating with it. They were like, you're so right. You're so right. You're so right. I bought the books and I bought this AI and the AI told me that I don't work hard enough or et cetera, et cetera. Does anybody relate to this? Are you guys like feeling what I'm saying? Picking up any of this?
First, I want to say something. I disagree and I agree in the same time for some reason, because what I see in myself, it's something I used to do since I was young, which is I think most of the people will agree with me. Sometimes you should not read or like do something unless you practice it. So if you practice more than reading or do the things, then I think it will be more label to yourself and make you more like like
Yeah,
you
for
could
sure.
make that thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I get your point,
an,
which is like,
Yeah.
if you actually take action and you're moving, then it's useful. Information is useful. But most people are at the starting line asking what should they do differently, and the answer is you need to start running. You need to start moving. You need to do something.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got to get. It's
like
like we got to
you're
get off
giving us-
TikTok. You know.
I'll give you an example. Like you're giving us lessons right now, and like you're teaching me, oh, you did this mistake, you did that mistake, you did that mistake. I would never like be like understanding the things that or the mistakes I do unless if I practice it and like do it. Like
Of course.
correct my mistakes. But by looking or reading, I don't think so. I don't know if you agree with me, but this is my rules.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're absolutely right. And you can and there are a bunch of different break-offs of this. Like I see somebody in chat said, not to play devil's advocate, but you don't have to eat less as long as you move more. You're absolutely right. Like there are many ways to get to the result, but you have to make sure that you eat less, then you move. Period. So if you want to move more, move more. If you want to eat less, move less. If you want to eat zero, and move zero. But you just have to balance them out. And it's like the ideas and the principles are the easy part. It's the taking action and staying focused where most people go wrong. And they can't, people these days, they can't stay focused to anything for any extended period of time. And that's why it's so easy to be exceptional. It's so easy to get whatever goal you want to get. And it's also so easy to just switch every month. And so that is my speech that nobody asked for.
One example that comes to my mind when you talked about this is I think I actually took I think I remember this from one of your videos where I think you talked about a pro and you said like this player is really talented and they are really inherently good at the game, but they trained in a way where they're basically acting as if they're the least talented person of all time. And they put in the work combined with their talent for the game.
It's so true. It's so true. Like you look up to any of the pros that actually made it, and I'll give you a little spoiler and then we'll get into the coaching today because I know we have a lot of submissions. We'll go in order of submission. We got them in chat. I've downloaded everybody who's dropped one so far, so we'll get started in a second. But you look at any pro, if your goal is to go in pro in Rocket League, for example, first off, going for pro in Rocket League is a very common goal, right? It's a very sexy goal. It's very attractive. And so there's a lot of competition for this goal. And so my first piece of advice is if you don't have shining green flags that you are made to be pro in Rocket League, take pause and consider if you really want to do it. But then if you decide that you do want to do it, you're absolutely right. You need to work harder than every other pro who is equally and in some cases more talented than you. So a great example of this is Kobe Bryant in basketball for mentality. A good example in Rocket League is somebody like apparently Jack. Apparently Jack is undoubtedly exceptionally gifted at video games and has extremely good hand-eye coordination. And is also very handsome and good looking, like myself. However, what most people don't understand, and I talked with him on a podcast 2 or 3 years ago when he came to the US from the UK, brand new team, completely uprooted his life. First tournament here, win, beat all the NA teams. People didn't understand at that time, Jack was playing Rocket League over 110 hours, 120, maybe 130 it might have been. in the podcast, and you'll have to fact check this, past 2 weeks. Meaning he was in the game of Rocket League for 65-ish, 70 hours a week. Which, if you actually break that down in your head, okay, let's assume you play Rocket League 6 days a week. He was playing for about 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's just in Rocket League. That's not thinking about Rocket League. That's not talking about Rocket League. That's not talking to his team. That's not reviewing replays, watching his coach's screen share on Discord. That includes none of that. And so if you really think about this, he is exceptionally smart. He is exceptionally, gifted, good hand-eye coordination, good with mechanics, etc. And also he works harder than everybody else. And that's the actual formula for improving, getting any result that you want. And the part that you can control is not the gifted part. We all have different, skills and backgrounds. The part that you can control is how much time you put in. And the actions and the decisions you make.
Agreed, 100%.
So with that, I hope you guys are amped up to listen today. And even more importantly than listen, take action.
Thank you. I was going to say take action. Don't forget taking action.
Take action is the important part. So without any further ado, that was a 20-minute speech, guys. This is rapid replay analysis. Okay, so how does this work? So we're live on YouTube. We're also live in Discord. For those of you watching on Discord, this is an event where we take a look at 5 minutes about, we talk for 5 minutes about each person's replay. During those 5 minutes, I'll be going in order of submitted replays. Replays are now closed. I have them all downloaded on PC. We'll be going Serpents, Salty, NJ, Orange, Vexel, Democracy, Tweaking Out, Bob. Okay, we're going to go in that order. Then, as we go, I'll be pulling up replays and talking you guys through what I think we can improve. If there's any issues, put a 1 in the chat or write me a message in the chat while I talk. And the standard, kind of the norm is, while somebody's replay is being analyzed, that person has the mic. So you imagine if there's a stage and a microphone, whoever is going has the mic. When I ask a question to Serpents, I'm going to say, Serpents, what do you think you could do better here? What I don't want everybody to say is, I think you could do this, this, that, and the other. The question is for whoever's being analyzed. At various points, I'll open up the floor for questions, even if it's not your replay. At that point, please jump in. But when I'm analyzing Salty's game and I say, Salty, what do you think of this position? Don't jump in. Let Salty talk. Then we'll come back around. I promise I will open it for questions. That makes sense?
Yep.
Cool. All right, without any further ado, we're going to go through 5 minutes of each person's replay. Let's start with you, Serpents. And by the way, if I look kind of, sweaty or bad on camera, it's because I am gross, and I've been working hard today, and I did shower, I promise this, unlike most. Believe it or not, I did shower, but I've been going for a long time today, so if I'm not fully on, it's not because I'm not excited. It's just been a long one, but I'm excited to be here. Serpents, talk to me. What's your main goal right now?
Honestly, I'm trying to get SSL. I've hit GC1 recently, and I'm pretty good. I think I can get to SSL with some coaching.
Yeah. So I heard SSL is the big goal. Sorry if I cut out there. I heard SSL is the main goal. Anything that we can get there with coaching?
Probably challenging and rotational skills, really. That's just the main thing I'm working on. Because I have the mechanics and the consistency. I just need to know when to challenge.
Cool. How's my screen share quality, y'all? Is it good enough? Is it okay?
Good.
Yeah.
It's okay? Cool. All right, challenging. We'll talk about those things. Clearly, wall dashes you don't need help with. That was funny. Comment funny in the chat. Thank you. We'll talk about challenges, though, and consistency. All right, yeah, so let's look for a demo. Very nice. Free goal. Great job, team. All right, so you're solo queue, and you're currently GC 1 or 2, this looks like?
Yeah, GC1.
This is GC 1 in this game. Well, your movement is nice. If anything, we are going a little crazy. It looks like you're basically trying to use every recovery mechanic at all times.
Yeah, honestly, that's a bad habit of mine, but it makes it feel so clean when I'm playing, so that's why I do it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I do think it's good to push limits. One thing I'll encourage you to do is I have this bad habit. Like when a ball is like mid distance, sometimes you'll flip, but the flip actually puts you too far in front. And so then you have to slow down. This is a great example. You flip, but you land too far in front, and now you have to slow down and break tap, which makes the shot a little more awkward.
Right.
I have this bad habit. That's why I pointed out, because it does look nice, but it's not very effective. A good example of a pro for this is Beast Mode. If you watch Beast Mode's movement, he has some of the most minimal but effective movement. And I say minimal.
We'll say right there, my controller disconnects from time to time.
Oh, you're just like me.
That was one of those moments. So.
Centurion says looks good on YouTube. Cool. I'm glad the screen share looks good. That's fine. I appreciate you shouting that out. We'll try to talk about moments to improve. Love this. So this looks very nice. So this is something a lot of players don't do. Talk me through, where is blue team positioned right now?
He's one going to mid boost, and then there's one right in the back corner facing towards the mid boost.
Yeah, exactly. So one in your back left corner, one about, mid left. And so what you do here is you watch the replay, boom, power side cut, take the ball over here. Why'd you take the ball over here?
Because I knew if I would have taken it directly near them, they would have gotten a challenge 50 back right corner or back right field, and I wouldn't have control of the ball, which I'm trying to keep control.
Very true. In general, when we don't know what to do, we take the ball to open space. This is a fantastic example of you taking your time, assessing where the defense is, taking the ball to open space. And what that does is it now makes it more difficult, like you said, for blue team to challenge this ball. And it's going to allow you to get a wall set up. This guy actually has to pre-jump pinch you. But it's still not optimal for blue team. Like, you put them in a very tough position here. I would love to see if you could even hear him jumping, and then you pre-jump. You actually pinch before he pinches, and then we get a huge 2v1 swing for a second. You could imagine.
I normally have my headset on, but this was like a late night game session, and I just had music on. I didn't have no headset on, so I was just vibing.
Yeah, and so we get cut off a little bit. The principle here is very good, though. This concept is for anybody who's lower rank watching open space. You take the ball to open space because what it does is it forces opponents to have to drive to you to challenge. So instead of taking the challenge to them, you effectively buy yourself time by taking the ball across the field. And so, yeah, and then if you just recognize that you were first here and then you did get that pinch, this is a very good situation for Orange. Either way, it's not the end of the world, but still good for you. Teammate gets a good challenge. You jump. Good adjustment. Oh, your controller DC's here. I was going to say this was a great fake jump once you jump. Or it could just be a controller DC. The movement so far looks really good. Nothing too big to comment on other than the overflipping in some positions. Okay, it's open. What are we going to do? Oh, teammate, that feels bad. Okay, you can doomsy this. Good job. Good finish. We play this up the wall. We jump around. Clean goal. Very nice. So far, mechanics look very smooth. Here we get a good kickoff to the left. Play ball here. So here I'd love to see you play stick on ball. Only reason is because you don't hear your teammate coming. And so if blue was smarter here, rather than going for corner boost, he would recognize that your teammate is back right, and he would play this ball and he would boom it out. Because he goes for back corner boost, he actually gives your teammate a scoring chance. Your teammate doesn't make the best touch. He kind of just goes for an insta shot on net. I would stick on this ball the minute you realize your teammate isn't at kickoff. So when you see him go back right, you are now the closest person to this ball. I would just continue to play it. Because you don't want to let blue get a clear for free. At worst, what you do is you just drive up, you control the ball so they can't challenge, and then you bail off and you let your teammate shoot. The difference is you approaching the ball controls it for your team. Great soft touch, good fake. You're doing a great job of reading the defense, which is like adjusting your play based on a challenge coming. A challenge is not coming, so you fake. We don't get the best goal out of it, but I can tell your eyes are going to the right places. Teammate just gets a great goal. Did you just pick a replay where you guys crushed, or are you going to get scored on soon?
No, we're going to get scored on a lot.
Fair enough. Ball goes right side. Here, I'd love to see you continue to play it. So let's look at the information. What information do we have here? Where's blue?
He's about to challenge the ball, and I see my teammate on the wall. See, and right in my rank right here, I see people like he goes for it all the time. Like people right there, they'll keep staying on the ball. So
Yeah.
I know if I go for that ball, there would be nobody back for me, and I don't trust that. So I normally play more cautious of that when I solo queue.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You are last man back, so that's a great observation. If you're not confident that you can get a clean beat as last man, you're correct. You should fake challenge and turn back. If you're confident that you can beat the ball, and by beat, I mean beat the first defender of the ball and not just give it to the second man, which I think you could be here, a good touch is to hit the top right side of this ball, hit it low into the wall so that way it rolls up, and then you can recover and get a follow-up touch before the blue defender, who's off to the left side of our screen over there, gets a follow-up. If you're unconfident or if you're shaky or if you think he might go again or if you think you might get beat, turning back is totally fine. So I can understand that. But the safest play is not to fake challenge. It's if you have a beat, to take the beat.
Okay.
People do get confused about this sometimes. They're like, well, I had a clean beat, but I still fake challenged because I was last man. Well, the best way to stall time is to control the ball. So if you can go, go. Just going to delay, not overcommit here. Yeah, the minute he goes ceiling, going low is correct. I would love if we could go low and be in a position to like insta reset or go back up. It's okay. Plenty of time here. Let's see what you do. Get the ball center, ground to air dribble. Nice. We go for a setup. Don't quite get the touch we want, but it was close. We get out a little bit in front of the ball. That's okay. What adjustment did you use here? So we're straight up. We start spinning to the left. Here, what we should be using is we should just be using a stock standard tornado spin as we yaw left. So here we're in position. We did half a tornado spin to lift our nose up. At this point, any further tornado spin is going to bring our nose back down, which I think you just continue to tornado spin or you push. I'm not sure what adjustment this was. So this was a tornado. Now we're in position here. If you want, you can chain a reverse tornado, or you can just push up on your joystick. Either one. Either one is fine here. You can just push up or reverse tornado, and that would bring your nose back to like vertical upright or even slightly tilted back, which is going to give you that slowdown that you want. Here we pitch forward. So you just pitch too far, and that kind of, yeah, then we drop to the ground, but it's too slow.
Try to get a bump on that guy while rotating out, but I guess my nose is still stuck on the ground.
Yeah, your nose was just stuck low. I'm gonna teach this moment. You might already be aware of this moment. It is good job adapting, but I want to run through this very quickly for those that understand what I'm talking about, and those that don't, because I understand there's like this isn't the most intuitive thing. So I'm gonna do a quick demo. Is it okay if I do a quick demo, Serpents?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So when we talk about a tornado spin, Serpents, could you give me a brief definition of what a tornado spin is? At least you were doing it, so I assume you probably know.
I don't know like the exact degree of it, but it's more of honestly, I cannot put it into words.
That's okay.
It's
So-
just like instinct.
Yeah, that's fine. And some people just learn, and teaching is a different skill. So a tornado spin can be done one of two ways. It's called a tornado because you get this movement where your nose lifts as your tail dips. And so you get this sort of tornado that your nose draws. If you imagine we're sketching out an image with the nose of our car. Now the way you do a tornado, there are two ways. If you air roll left and push your joystick to the right, this is going to do a tornado. If you're watching on Discord, feel free to pop up YouTube on a second tab because I have a controller overlay over there. We can hold air roll left, which for me is square, and push our joystick to the right. That's a tornado spin. So this is one version of a tornado. Equal opposite, you can do this with air roll right. In order to do a tornado with air roll right, you press air roll right, which is my circle button, and we push our joystick now to the left. So to recap, you push your joystick opposite the direction of your air roll. So if your air roll left, we push our joystick. Free shout out. Air roll left, push your joystick. Oh no, am I the worst coach ever?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, thank you. And feel free, anybody else in the chat, if I'm air rolling right to do a tornado, which way do I push my joystick? Left. Exactly right. So that's the definition of a tornado spin. Now, why is a tornado spin useful? Tornado spin is useful because from the grounded state, for the first half of the spin, think of it 50% of the spin, your nose lifts. So this has utility on things like ground to air dribble. You get this really high pop of the ball and can be useful for transitioning ground to air. Also, when we're in this like kind of forward facing flying, if you do 50% of a tornado spin, our nose faces nicely backwards. So tornado spin is known as kind of the foundational adjustment because it's useful on, it has utility on takeoffs, and it also has this sort of slowdown effect. There's also this interesting property where if you start a tornado spin from what I call neutral, which is slightly tilted forward, you perfectly revolve around the y-axis, which is useful for speed control and minor direction changes. Anyways, tornado spins are useful. Most people in Rocket League know this. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that you can chain spins. So to recap, the direction change in any air roll adjustment comes from the first 50% of that adjustment. So when I'm doing a tornado spin, this first 50%, my nose is lifting up. The second half, my nose is falling down. This is why if you perform a 100% tornado spin, you end up where you started. Okay, not sensational. But what is sensational is if we chain two spins. So if you chain a tornado spin, holding arrow left and pushing your joystick to the right, and then you chain a reverse tornado spin, holding arrow left and pushing your joystick to the left, you can get even more of a lift of your nose. So if we do tornado spin to this position, to where our nose is facing up, a reverse tornado spin to this position, we're now perfectly vertical. And so that's why when I was describing this takeoff earlier, if we do a tornado spin into a reverse tornado spin, that's how we get the most lift of our nose. If, for example, we pop the ball too far back, we chain those two adjustments and all of a sudden the ball's in front of us. And so that's how you can learn to correct from a bad takeoff, is understanding how these two spins chain together. The tornado spin into the reverse tornado spin. Any questions? I'm not the most mechanical player in the world, but does everybody understand this concept of the direction change comes from the first 50% of the air roll adjustment? After that, you return to where you started? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So you can chain the spins. That's the concept. There are a lot of different unique applications of that, like falling off the ceiling. It's the inverse. But that's just one example of ground air dribbles. And if you understood that, you would probably be a little bit more comfortable controlling your car on this ground to air takeoff. But that's okay. We'll drill that. I'll give you a training pack to drill that. So we'll drill that in a second. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Serpents, I'm going to give you some training because we watched half of this game. So when you're in matches, I love that you're doing recovery mechanics. I want you to be doing it after goals, not during the play. So go crazy with your recovery mechanics, but do it after the goals if you want to be a little bit more consistent. That's if you just want to rank up.
Okay.
For training, I'm going to send you to realistic air dribbles, and there are two shots specifically that I want you to practice that incorporate these tornado spins and these inverse tornado spins. So in this pack, realistic air dribbles, there's this shot. I'll show you, there's two shots in here. So there's a shot for tornado spin adjustment, which is this one. And let me turn on a limited boost. There's a shot for the inverse. So this shot, we're power sliding to get in position, and then we need to tornado spin to lift our nose. So you power slide into position, you tornado spin to lift your nose, and get height to be able to take this ball at the net. For some reason, oh, I turned it too far to the right. So it looks like this one put together. So we're using tornado spin as we connect with the ball to lift our nose as we strike it. And that gets us in a position where we can then follow the ball. So on these ground to air dribbles, you will very commonly use tornado spins on the takeoff. And by the way, if this is, you know, if you're not Grand Champ 1, just cover your ears and go la la la. Because this is mostly a distraction for you. But on these ground to air setups, we will very often be using tornado spins. It's like here. We'll very often be using tornado spins on these types of movements. Yeah, so it really just depends on the speed of the ball. That's one of those tips where it's like it's more situational than the like it's like, should you always tap break on the setup? No, but it depends on the situation. So like for a shot like this, you're gonna notice I do tap break. Why am I tapping break? Because if I strike through this ball, I can't follow that. This is a double tap. It's like on a shot like this where the ball's rolling fast, I can break tap, get a super soft touch, and then accelerate from here. And now I'm creating an offensive attack, right? For a shot where the ball is moving quickly and I need to catch up to it, shot like this, I'm chasing this ball down. I'm not break tapping. Same thing like this ground to air dribble. Like this ball's on the ground. Like if I break tap here, I lose my opportunity. I could do like a small cut, but it's not much. Maybe I would do a little break tap here, but I you know, you got to hustle. So it's really situational. It's really situational. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be using tornado spins on like 90% of your ground takeoffs because they have that unique, like they have this useful lifting property, because from the grounded state, tornado spin is gonna lift our nose for the first half of the spin. So it's useful. There are situations where reverse tornado spins are useful, and I'll show like a shot like this, for example. So this ball is coming at us. And so when we pop this ball in the air, because it's bouncing, it already has height. You see how this ball, like, we don't have to do anything. It pops into the air. Like, we just do double jump and then it's up. So if you do a tornado spin here, which way do you fly? Say again? To the left is one idea. Does anybody else want to offer a different one? When I tornado spin after colliding with this ball, which way do I fly?
If my mic low, I said up.
Up into the air, straight up.
Up is correct. Up is correct. Straight up. Exactly right. And so in this situation, we would want to reverse tornado spin after we make contact with the ball. You see how the reverse tornado spin ducks our nose down? We go down. Kind of like duck sausage. And that gets you in a position to follow the ball. And so like there's different, you know, they have different properties, right? Reverse tornado spin to give you that forward motion from the sort of grounded state. And then you have the tornado spin if you want to lift your nose up after contact. In this position, we actually want to swoop under the ball, and then we're in a nice position to make follow-up touches. We can do whatever we want from here. So I would recommend just getting good understanding of these tornado spins and being a little bit more intentional with it. Like you have like a good understanding of like feel and your movement is smooth, but I think understanding these concepts would make you much more consistent in your ranked games. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Cool. Was that helpful? Did anybody learn anything besides serpents? Any questions outside of serpents? I want to open it up.
Not particularly.
This idea makes sense? Cool. Very useful.
Yes.
I went over this last week, but I didn't nearly go as much detail, so hopefully that's useful. Cool. Salty, you're up next. Thank you, Serpents. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for letting us look at your game. Very, very helpful. Salty, 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 salty. Is it Salty 2 or Salty? I have your replay from that last week. Which one?
Should be
Oh, no,
like
it's this week.
yesterday or today.
Yeah, you're right.
That should be it.
Sweet. All right, talk to me. What's on your mind? What's your main goal right now?
Like this week, I'm trying to chill a little bit and not dive too much, not commit to the play too soon.
Okay.
This is a tryout for a league play, tryout game.
Oh, cool.
Somewhere in the diamond range.
Awesome. I love that. So just chill out, improve.
Yeah, I'm trying not to dive.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Try not to dive. Yeah. Get bumped here. Watch double. He does go for double. Luckily, he doesn't hit it. It's okay.
Feel like I had to go there.
I think you are correct. I think that's the right observation. I do think you have to go. I have this general rule. Shock calls it. Shock has a little bit more of a colloquial way. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Shock is my coach and also former pro, former NA MVP, played on Ghost Gaming, blah, 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 blah. Also, handsome fella. Shock, if you're watching this. But Shock has this rule, which is like if the ball's in the box, you got to put a hand up. So like if we're playing, he'll shout, put a hand up. And the idea with put a hand up is, doesn't matter how good of a defender you are on your back post, if they're taking a shot from right here, good luck saving it. You know what I mean? It's like the ball enters this box, you got to put a hand up, which is just like you got to try to cut it off before the shot is taken. Because if the shot is taken and it's not flubbed, they should score 9 times out of 10. Right? At that point, you're just like hoping the defender makes a mistake. So when it's in the box, what do we do?
Hand up.
Hand up. Any questions on that? It's actually useful.
No.
Concept. Especially in threes. In threes, you have the privilege to just kind of flail and put a hand up, because by the time that you put a hand up, your team will have recovered and go next. You know what I mean? Go next.
Yep.
You're trying out for these guys. These guys are trying out for you. We just saw a double whiff. We got to get you a better team. Just kidding.
Guy on the other team made it. Got signed. Irish Hawk.
Really? All right, let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's cooking with. Oh, he's a hunter. He's aggro. Yeah. Now I know why they signed him. Okay, so let's talk about movement here. So some 3v3 movement principles. After we move from this position, we hit the ball forward, which I like. This is a good, powerful touch, consistent. You play the ball into kind of around the defense. He has to go back. What do we see here? Where is orange? See one guy. It's going that way. Talk to me through where orange is positioned. What do we see?
We got one guy who's looks like he's going to beat me to the ball, and the other two are pretty far away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One guy's on the ball, the other two are pretty far away. Let's keep watching. He's coming it out from the side. Okay. He ends up missing this ball. And this guy comes in. Right? And so this guy is going to come in. He's going to hit the ball around. Now we're moving back here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In this position, you have a teammate approaching. You're moving here. He's moving here. As we move back in this position, your teammate's going to be challenging in this way. When your teammate challenges, there's going to be an opening. One of two things is going to happen. Your teammate is going to beat him, and you're going to need to come support. Or your teammate is going to get beat, and the ball's probably going to go into your corner. Otherwise, the ball could 50-50, it could go out middle, it could go here. But there's going to be a collision that happens when this ball reaches this point and when your teammate arrives to challenge. Okay? So when the ball reaches this point and there's going to be a change in direction, we want to be facing the play ready to go. Here, what happens is, as we're rotating back, we kind of just go full back.
And turns too, though.
Your teammate does turn. But what happens is, like, there's this area of the field that's left uncovered, and it's the midfield.
Yeah.
And so when we move through any position, like here, like rather than go full back in this position, I would be doing a much wider movement. And maybe this is just me, but I would be doing a much wider movement here, and I would be like swinging around this boost, and I'd be trying to position like right here. Because when this 50-50 happens here and my teammate's challenging it, I really like having my car faced in this part of the field. Because I feel like this is a very powerful area to control. And so maybe this isn't the best example, but the idea that I'm trying to get across is like when you're rotating back, we don't just want to rush to a position, as in like get all the way back post and leave an area of the field potentially uncovered. Your teammate does cover it. But this just, it leaves all this open space. Like if he wanted to hit his teammate on a pass here, they could go pass, boom, boom, score. And that would have been your area to guard, right? That you would be guarding in this position. So maybe we could talk more about this, but the principle is as we're rotating, we're covering the pass option until we get back, and then our teammate goes. We'll keep watching. That demo's kind of crazy to me. Teammate plays it into the corner. We need to go fast here. Ideally get a beat. Yeah, we're in a bad position here. Just full rotate. Oh, wow. He misses an open. Ball goes into the corner. We need to grab corner boost to play this. It's okay. So here we need to get this corner boost in order to make a play on the ball. So don't leave this boost. Good. We end up circling around and we get it. Any questions thus far from Salty or anybody else in chat?
Not for me.
Spooky. How are you?
Or you just saying, what was that? I didn't hear that.
How are you? How are you?
Oh,
My name is Hader. I joined your Discord. I really love you, and I'm always seeing your videos on YouTube.
I love you too. Thank you.
I just want to ask you about something else, not related to what you are explaining.
Yeah, we can ask.
always-
We can ask at the end of the replays. So once we get through everybody's replay, then we'll go over.
Okay. So
If you have any questions, I'll open it up. Yeah, no worries.
Hey, Luke, I actually have a question.
Sure.
So, I guess it's probably been like 30 seconds ago from this replay, but where that guy missed the ball. You probably don't see it a whole lot in your rank at this point, but in the diamond level, it happens quite frequently. What do you do in that position?
Yeah, was it when his teammate missed, or was it an opponent missed?
No, the opponent missed, and I mean, in that scenario, he had a lot of time to react to it, to the miss. But sometimes it's not always that way. But how do you make that determination on when to go for it?
Yeah, it's a good question. Is it coming up here? Let's see where the moment is. Or the side, or just skip past it. Do I need to go back further? This.
I think it's back further, but I wasn't paying attention to the clock, so I don't know when it actually happened.
It's right after you were telling me I should get that boost.
So you hit this, hit it forward.
Yep, right there. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, this one. In this position.
Mm-hmm. What rank is this? If you don't mind me asking.
Diamond.
Diamond. Okay. All right, that's like essentially my rank right now.
So the ball, did I skip too far ahead? I apologize. Where did I miss it? Is it after he hits it forward here?
It's right here, yeah.
After this Colossus
he
miss?
missed it. Yep, he missed it right there.
What would I do?
Based on this, I know that you would probably go for it because the other two teammates are so far away, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm leading to is sometimes like if Iris was at front post right now, would you actually go for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what's your theory on that?
Challenge the 50.
It's a great question. So in this position, when you do see a miss, the slow, like if you want me to break down step by step, what my brain thinks is this player out of the play, us 3 players back, them 2 players, we have 1 player to throw out the ball. We have a 1 player advantage. That's like caveman brain. Actually, caveman answered the question. So that's caveman brain.
Yes. Thank you.
So yeah, so it's just like, yes, we have manpower, therefore I can throw a challenge at him. So given that information, you would probably see me speed flip forward here, throw myself at the ball, like, probably screaming, my battle cries and saying, I got it, and it's the most cockiest ego challenge ever where I'm pre-jumping and I'm just trying to slam it on him, even if Irish is first. So that would be my play. Because it's a 3v2, excuse me, let me switch to other POVs. You guys see what I mean? Because it's a 3v2, I would be just ego challenging. Kind of like your teammate is doing here, which is cutting in and just going crazy, except ideally a little bit more effective.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a 3v3, or I feel like, okay, he is certainly first to the ball, then what it is it's probably a drive challenge, and it's probably just playing the guy who has the ball. Where it's like, what you can't do here is you can't turn back because somebody has to apply pressure to the ball. And sometimes you'll be in a position in threes where like you're first man to challenge and you're like, I am surely going to get beat here because he has all the room in the world and like he has 7 ways to outplay me. You know, he could go wall, high, dribble, flick, go low, like. And in those positions, what you do is you just say, okay, I'm going to try to put a challenge at the ball, but realistically, I'm fake challenging and I'm trying to maximize my recovery while just kind of being annoying and being a body. Yeah, exactly right. So those are like the 2 schools of thought based on how confident you are that you can get a dunk. But it depends on how confident you are that he's going to be first to the ball. If you think you could even slightly intercept him, sometimes I'll just Hail Mary here knowing that it's a 3v2. And ideally, if you do that quick enough that your teammate will acknowledge it. But it's a great question, which is like, yes, when you do get a 3v2, you want to... You guys can't see my screen share right now, but it's, you know, I'm punching my fist.
If you were in a situation with it in a 2s match, it would be a little bit different just because of the fact that there's only 2 players in the field, not 3.
Yeah, for sure. In a 2s match, we're generally more conservative, and you will not see me YOLO pre-jump dunking people.
Okay.
Rarely. Unless we have a 2v1 and, like, it's the last man back, and I'm just trying to... Yeah, it's much more rare.
Yeah.
In 3v3, we can be a little bit more aggro.
Yeah.
Just from
that's why 3 is his best game.
Exactly right. Debatable.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question, Caveman. We'll keep looking at your gameplay, Salty. And I think we left off right from about here, so this is good. Your last man back. So here you're not in the best position to challenge. I'm trying to dodge demo. In this position, I would say put a hand up. This is the box. He's about to enter it. I would just jump and shut down the angles. Don't try to make the save on the goal line. Because once again, if he slots this bar down, you cannot save it. And yes, your teammate's kind of guarding it, but like if you see what I mean? Like you don't have enough time to fast aerial and save it. If he puts it top right.
No, you're right. I just I get beat too much when I just dive too fast, so I'm trying to slow down.
Yeah.
And that keeps happening to work.
And you got to think like the goal is to get big. The goal is not to predict his touch. So to be clear, you're not playing the shot. What you're doing is you're just getting in the way and you're covering as much of the net, as much of the easy shots as possible. So that way, like if he slots it top or bottom left or top left around you, it's like fair play. But right. But you shut down, the majority of the most likely shots in this position.
True.
Which are going to be these top rights.
Honestly, that's my first inclination. My first instinct would have been to jump sooner and go for it.
Yeah,
just be in the way.
Just cover as much of this angle as you possibly can. You end up getting a save, but once again, like honestly, these players are just not putting good shots on net. Like if I were to give you a takeaway, Salty, it's like just work on your one-time finishing. Get really good at it. I mean, I know that's what we talked about last week. We talked about like shooting technique and speed flip form, but oh, and I have a follow-up. I forgot. I did some research for you, Salty. I forgot. Last week, I have something to tell you. So once we finish this analysis.
Cool.
It just dawned on me. Am I watching your gameplay here?
No, yeah, not anymore.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you are.
I thought the car changed. It's like, where are we?
What are we doing here?
We're trying to make a good touch here. I'm playing back. We're covering the options, which is good. We just don't get the touch we wanted. Ideally, we just strike through this ball. Like single jump, powerful. Dodge
I noticed I
forward,
wasn't in a good position, and so I just pushed it into the corner on purpose, actually.
Yeah. Cool, we end up getting a goal. So yeah, it looks like guarding the midfield, putting a hand up, one-time finishing, boost control, there's like one instance of boost. Oh, here I'd love to see you use the backboard. If you can predict this bounce, this has to be backboard all day. Front flip into the backboard, and then take off the backboard and clear this. It's very hard to do this from low. Once again, like they're
Especially Especially when it's going so far away from the backboard, like you'd still think that'd be.
Oh, for sure.
Bounces pretty far out.
Yeah, but you can reach a ball way off the backboard. Yeah, let me show you this. Let me demo this for you. I need an example of this. Maybe Torment has a shot in his defensive variety. I was gonna walk you through one-time finishing, but yeah, you should absolutely like. I'll show you. Like if a ball is, let me show you one where it's like really far off the backboard and you can still save it. Like you can. So there are a couple takeoffs you can do here. Oh, my knee. I've been standing for a while. Let me. My knees. I'm an old man. Wait a minute. Sitting down. Got like a hot burning sensation in my knee. All right, there goes my ACL. Although I think I would feel it. I think I would feel it. Yeah. So these aren't the best example. Yeah. So like this one. No, it's not even. It's not even the best example. Okay, I'm just gonna try to create this for you in free play. So there are a couple takeoffs off the backboard, but the ball can be very far off the backboard, and you can like still deal with it. Trying to give you an example. Yeah, I can't. It's kind of hard for me to do, but you could do like here, double jump, fast aerial, go reach it, and hit it out. Like here, this is like this one. You would just single jump, obviously. This is high off backboard.
Walk me through double jumping from the wall.
You can do a single jump, fly at the ball. Yeah, so like the double jumping, double jump, and then fly out and go get it.
Oh, so you're double jumping like out.
Yeah, so like you're imagining you're doing a fast aerial takeoff off the back wall. Like here. And you could even fly after a ball that's at midfield, right? So there's like, yeah, getting up on the wall to go get a ball at midfield is not uncommon. Like you'll see somebody like hit the ball there. Like you can jump off the wall, go get a ball all the way over here. I'm not giving the best examples. I'm trying to think of like a training pack where I might have this. A good foundational training pack where it's not too fast. It's called Aerial Off Wall. Let's see if I have it. I actually do. Okay. I used to use this when I was champ. So like this shot here. Shot one. So you could hold jump and flip and clear this. So this is holding jump, using air roll left, and then dodging through it. So we're reaching a ball that's pretty far off the wall here, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a way. You could also double jump and like control this ball. Try to air dribble it out. So I'm double jumping, like I'm fast aerialing off the wall, and then I'm making my touches and following the ball. These are all shots where you have to, there I got kind of a zen touch, where you have to do this. So you can either do the single jump like we said, air roll to get back to flat. In this position I'm air rolling right, and then I'm dodging. Clear the ball out. Nice shot. Single jump, hold air roll, dodge through it to try to get power. Or you can be using the double jump, clearing it like this. Either one works. Just depends on if you think you're going to be able to save your flip by the time you contact the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you post that one?
Yeah, I'll post this. Any questions on this in chat? This makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody.
That looks like a great pack to work from.
This one's a good one, where it's floating. You can do double jump into double tap. You could do single jump into double tap on the shot. Then try to go. Obviously, I didn't get the good first touch there. But you can imagine if I place this like top right, then you'll have an easier time following it up. And yeah, all these shots you can do the double jump or the single jump technique. Okay, I'll put this in chat. Yeah, aerial off wall, this is called. You brought up some core memories from me. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this pack to work on, but I also need to run you through this drill that I was gonna teach you. Okay, so the drill that I was gonna teach you is, no. So last week we talked about speed flip shooting, which is something you'll notice. Like whenever I make these touches, guys, in the air, I'm always speed flipping through the ball. And the reason is not because speed flipping or hitting the ball with the corner of your car is magically more powerful. Okay, so this is wrong. If I've ever said this before, I think it's wrong at least. I did some research. The corner of your car is not magically more powerful than the front. The front is equally as powerful. Now, obviously, if you hit it with the wheels of your car, okay, the wheels are simply weaker. So if I hit the ball with the wheels of my car, simply weaker. Okay, we all kind of know that intuitively. But the front of the car is not more powerful than the diagonal of the car, like the top corner. There's this like corner myth in Rocket League, okay? But the reason that the meta is to speed flip through the ball is because diagonal and side flip dodges actually give you more power than a front flip dodge. So front flips add a stock standard 500 Unreal units of impulse to your touch, whereas side flip dodges, so as in side flips, so like this, and speed flips or diagonal flips add that base 500, but then they also have a portion of the impulse in Unreal units that scales with the velocity of your car. And so if this is gibberish, the TLDR is you can get about 1.9 times more power with diagonal dodges, aka speed flips, than front flips in practice.
Oh,
for
real?
Not because the corner is more powerful, but because the actual the impulse from the dodge is stronger. And
Not because
specifically,
it's two dodges at once.
Yeah.
It's like kind of two dodges combined into one, so it just gives you extra momentum.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know the science. I don't know why it works. I just know that it works.
Wait, Luke, I just joined. When do you use this?
In the TLDR this is why all the pros will be speed flipping whenever they make their touches to contact the ball hard, as opposed to hitting the ball with the front of your car, just doing these front flips. There's also the added utility of with the speed flip, you can continue boosting the whole way. So like if I'm setting up for a double here, I'll give you an example. Like you're clearing this off the back wall and then you want to sidewall double it, I can keep boosting and land, which is nice.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
So here's like
this
the
is just for high rank, right?
Yeah,
I'm not used in Blat or Diamond.
Yeah, this is mostly for higher ranks probably, but useful knowledge to understand why. So to be clear, if you are just flying through the ball, hitting it with the corner, it does not give more power than hitting it with the front. The power comes from the angle and the line you have. So if you have a good line to the ball, that's where the power is going to come from. When it comes to dodging, though, that's the reason we aim to hit the ball with the corners, because that dodge applies more power. So if you're not planning on using a dodge, fly straight at the ball. If you are planning on using the dodge, angle your car so that way you can diagonal dodge and still keep a straight line. You'll see me kind of do that there. That's like that slight, turn we did last week that I taught you, Salty. Which is like you have to turn a little bit to expose the corner of your car here to strike the ball. So that's why we do that movement.
And I want to be, if I do left air roll, I want to be angling it a little to the right.
Yeah, so we're striking the ball in this position. If you're using speed flip left, you're striking the ball top left of your car. If you're hitting the ball to the right, you're hitting the ball at the top right of your car. So here. These aren't the best examples, but there we go.
Sauce.
So yeah, that's the concept. Hitting the ball here, speed flipping, and then that's what enables me to get the most powerful follow.
We're doing an in-house after this?
So that's where we're at. To be determined. But
Okay.
Salty, that's the follow-up on last week's shooting concept.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Thanks.
Yes. I want to make sure I'm not giving you guys wrong information. How long is the stream going to be? Until we get through everybody's replay. Next up is NJ. Salty, you feel good about that? I gave you a couple stuff to work
thanks.
on. Cool. NJ, you're up next. D1. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's me.
NJ. All right, what's your main goal?
All right, so I'm trying to get the champ, and I enjoy supporting my teammates. I love being a reliable player who has a good grasp of fundamentals. I'm not like a very mechanical player, so I just want to like improve my fundamentals and make my teammates' lives easier.
You just want to improve your fundamentals and make your teammates' lives easier. Okay, I can help with that. Good touches so far, and you want to get to champ 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Good, let's move back. Back, half flip. Hustle. How confident are you with speed flips?
I'm pretty because I'm still learning them.
Yeah.
I used to just drive at the ball on kickoff until I saw like your videos for kickoffs, and then I started learning speed flips. So it's still but usually when I manage to hit them, they're pretty good. Like I played against a Grand Champ player in this server, and I was competing pretty well on kickoffs with my speed flip, but I don't really use them very often outside of that yet, but it's I'm practicing.
So speed flips do become very important at your rank. I just noticed because in a lot of they have utility not just on kickoffs, but on repositioning and movement around the field. They're just the most efficient way to move around the field because you get the dodge bonus and your nose stays pointed forward. So they're the most effective way to reposition, like the quickest way to just move around the field. And I'm noticing when we're getting stuck under the ball, you have the correct instinct to get out from under the ball by flipping back, which is good. So like you're flipping back. But even faster would be speed flipping back and boosting through it. That creates more distance. Now, I'm not saying that's always the correct option. You don't always want more distance from the play. But I'm just noticing that when we're under the ball, we tend to front flip. And that's like a situation where you'll see pros speed flip to reposition quicker. So when people say like, oh, I don't want to learn the speed flip because my kickoffs are just fine. I win kickoffs. Well, you're kind of missing the plot because speed flips have utility on kickoffs, but like speed flips are used for repositioning. They're used for more effective shooting. They're used for follow-ups. They're used in the air. They're a foundation for twist flips and like diagonal flip cancels. And so it's really important that you do learn those in the grand scheme of things, not just for your kickoffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that right now. Just making slow progress, but I'm doing it, trying to implement it as much as possible in the games.
Totally.
You saw earlier, I just, after the goal we had, I completely whiffed the kickoff because I missed the speed flip.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to work on it.
That's fine. And continue to mess it up. I'd like to see you mess it up rather than just not try. Yeah, like here too, like if you can speed flip, you can reposition quicker.
If you don't mind the question real quick.
Yep.
So, usually when I speed flip, it's usually either completely fine or I single jump. I don't double jump, I don't back flip, I don't side flip.
Yeah, so you just pop into the air. Yeah, that happens. You just like Super Mario over the...
It's really frustrating, but I just cannot, for some reason, stop myself from like single jumping.
Yeah, so what's happening is, I mean, technically what's happening when you're doing this, which I do, is you're not pushing your joystick far enough when you dodge in order for the game to read a directional input. Okay, so what does that mean? You're not pushing your joystick far enough diagonally up and to the left or diagonally up and to the right in order for the game to recognize that it's a dodge, and so you're just jumping. Now, where do we draw that line? Well, that line is set based on your dodge dead zone. This number here controls how far your stick must move from center to dodge instead of double jump. And so 60 means 60%. So if you imagine full click of the controller, full click is 100%, For me, I have to move my joystick 60% of the way to that click in order for the game to register a front flip or a directional dodge. So the easy way to fix this is, I don't know how far you're pushing your joystick, but if you turned this down to 0 and then you just moved your joystick at all, you would be dodging almost every time. You would be even dodging when you don't want to be dodging. So
I
meta.
just want to cut you off right there.
Yeah.
So first thing, that's actually not an issue for me because I'm not like double jumping, I'm single jumping. So I tend to like, instead of
So you just don't even press the second
like
jump?
double pressing it, I tend to like hold it. And also I'm KBM, so dead zones don't do anything for me.
Oh yeah, you're correct. Dead zones don't do
I
anything.
actually talked to Shock about this as well on a recent lesson he had.
Yeah.
And one thing that he told me, that the tip that he gave me was try to count your jumps like sort of out loud. So what I've been doing is going like 1 2 1 2 1 2, and that's been making it more consistent, but still not perfect. So I'm just trying to get like everyone's perspective, just get as many tips on this as possible.
Yeah. So what keyboard do you use? Do you use like Cherry Switch key, Cherry MX keys?
I have no. I'm gonna be real. I have no idea. I have a mechanical keyboard, but I don't know.
So it's a mechanical keyboard of some type. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm no expert on this. I played my first 500 hours on KBM, so like I learned how to speed flip and how to do, a lot of movements on KBM. So what might be happening is you're pressing the key, but then it has to, I don't know what the technical term would be, but like expand, pop back up, repress. You know what I mean? So you have to like push it down, let go of it, and then push it down again. And I don't know, depending on your hardware, that could be a blocker, or you could just have slow thumbs or whatever,
Yeah, I think my fingers are just slow, so I'm just trying to train that right now. But I'm just asking just in case. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have like an immediate magical solution.
Yeah, I thought you had the other problem, which is a much more common problem that probably somebody in the chat has, which is the dead zone. And so, I guess to finish my previous thought, if you are somebody who has that problem that we were talking about earlier, the solution is you can bring your joystick dodge dead zone down. The meta range for this is usually between 0.4 and 0.6. You don't want to go too low, because if you go too low, you'll be dodging on every jump, and so that's what causes the accidental backflips. But you don't want to go too high, because then, like on a speed flip, where you're trying to speed flip quickly, you might accidentally, instead of speed flip, double jump right over the ball. So that's kind of the two camps when it comes to the dodge dead zone theory. Questions on that concept? Anybody?
If it makes you feel better, I have the same problem on console. I tend to press X and like hold it when I think I press it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's so annoying.
I
usually don't get tilted in games, and not usually, I never get tilted in games, but when I was like doing just kickoffs and free play, I was getting so frustrated over single jumping over the kickoff.
Yeah. I can understand that. Let's keep watching the replay.
Spooky.
We're going to go back. Yep, any more questions?
Yes, I have a question. I'm very sorry if I'm interrupting anyone in the live, because I have work tomorrow, and I really want to ask you. I'm waiting for your live from a long time. So I just want to ask you about a mechanic. I really can't improve in my mechanic when I doing specifically the air roll. I joined this live and in your academy just for the air roll and how I can really control it with the ball, because when I'm doing it without the ball it's a good, but with the ball it's very bad and I can't really control it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm very sorry if I'm interrupting anyone.
No, it's a fair question. I bet a lot of people would have the same problem. I think the most helpful thing you could do would be to get some form of a gameplay clip whether that's free play, whether that's a ranked game, whether that's a training pack. That way I could see the actual movement of it. And then once you get that clip, we can watch that clip together and go over, you know, what's kind of holding you back. It's really hard for me to coach you through the phone because, like, there are 101 different things when it comes to air roll, you know?
Yes.
So that's what I would do.
So, sometimes when I'm in a free play, I got the air dribble is good, but when I go to the game, it's going really bad, and I can't really control.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly why I would
move the ball
recommend that you
very-
grab some form of clip. Like, clips would be really, really helpful because I know a lot of people have that same problem, but it could be a million reasons why you could do it in free play, but you can't do it in game or do it in training.
So
Do you have this?
it's a muscle memory. You do it, or you
No,
train
so
your
what I'm
brain
saying is
automatically?
it's hard for me to diagnose because I need more information. So I need to see like
okay.
some form of gameplay clip. Like I could give you like a list of 100 different things with air roll.
Yes.
But that's the kind of idea that I'm getting at. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, so grab a clip, grab some form of replay or even in-game clip, and then send it. And I'm also happy if you can't make it to the live, just put it in the Ask Me chat, or just put it in Wins or put it in Gen chat, and I'll check it out. Or we have a thread for that. Get improvement advice, and just ping me, and I'll hit you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to make sure your question gets answered. I appreciate you coming. All right, let's check out NJ. We were about 2 minutes in, something like this. A minute in. So speed flips, I think, would be important. NJ.
Yep, practicing that.
And the consistency. Yeah, remember this guy's AFK. Yeah, you can just throw a challenge because you have two back here. But mechanically, I think we probably will have some things to work on. I noticed there was one corner situation earlier, so I can just run you through this really quick, where the ball got hit over your head and you had a teammate behind, but you weren't aware that the teammate was behind, and then you ended up jumping when you didn't have to. I'll show you this position in a second. I'm not sure where it came out. Here, ideally, we'd be half flipping. It would be speed flipping to hustle back because we're in danger in this position.
Sorry, how would I like speed flip from instead of half flipping? I have to.
Oh, you half flip and then speed flip. So you go half flip, boom, speed flip now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I misspoke. Great stop here. Unfortunately, we hit it middle instead of wall, but this is still fine. For front flipping, our teammate looks like he's about to lose it, so you start playing back. Make a save here, which is really good. Ball goes across. Teammate looks like he might have, might not. So here we're supporting him from the side, but this is not ideal. So as we're moving up to support, it's very common that these situations happen where your teammate will be on the one side of the field, and so you'll do this movement where it's like, oh, I need to support them, so I'm going to move over to the other side of the field. But this is actually incorrect, because when your teammate goes here and you go here, what part of the field are you covering? Right?
The corner.
Yeah. Whereas ideally, where do we want to be covering? We want to be covering our teammate. We want to be supporting the options if the ball comes to the middle, right? Which is where it is right now. We want to be supporting our teammate. Something like this.
So you think I should be like a little more behind and more towards the ball?
So you should be behind and a little bit more to the left. So somewhere in this region.
Okay.
Facing the middle, because this region gives you, if the ball goes left, you can go get it left. If it comes back center, you can get it. But yes, exactly right. Here, when the 50-50 happens, look where we're facing. Very awkward, hard to support. Here. That makes sense?
Yep.
Very common mistake to just drift to the right there. And do that. Good 50, and we end up getting a goal. Yeah, here we saw this kickoff. You end up making the challenge. Teammate hits it forward. Here we flip back. I don't love flipping back. The ball's going high into their corner. I'm not sure what the threat is. I would just be turning and supporting. Unless we see them clearing it. Flipping back is very passive. we should be turning on ball cam here, driving this way and seeing what's happening, and then coming back around if the play is continuing, rather than just full leaving before we have the information. Here's where I'd love to see that speed flip. It would just help you catch up to the ball a little better. Best play here is where's the defense? Where's the defense?
Probably behind me, my teammate.
Yeah, so your teammate is behind you, correct. And I should have been more precise with my language. I apologize. The opponents are covering this wall and the midfield. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to hit it at them because that's just going to give them the ball. We want to either take this ball across the field that way or ideally air dribble it out if we have the mechanics to do so. We don't want to put it in that area of the field because they have that area of the field totally shut down.
Yeah, sorry, could you rewind a little bit so I can rewatch that?
Yeah. So we're speed flipping back here. Ideally, when you realize that there are two oncoming attackers from this part of the field, we would be getting around this ball and taking it across the other way. That pulls the play away from them and forces them to chase you. We end up leaving that boost, which allows him to collect the boost. And then we play the ball back into the opponents, and they have this area of the field shut down. And so it puts you in this very awkward position. Your teammate's behind you, but you end up panicking and jumping when he's already up. We recover okay, but it's just putting us in a very awkward position. So instead, we have a couple different options in that scenario. When the ball gets hit into our corner and we realize that there are two people chasing us from behind, we go, okay, they're chasing us. Let me grab boost and let me take it this way. Taking it the other way across the field. Play the ball down, and then we can be doing something like what I just did. But the takeaway is, oh, I'm getting chased. You're chasing me. I'm taking the ball this way. You see how we use the information to make a new decision like that?
Yeah.
That makes sense? So that's like 101. If you have more card control, what you can do is say, oh, you're chasing me. Okay, I'm going to grab the boost, and then I'm going to take it back at you with some sort of ground to air dribble. This wasn't the best example. I'll do one more. Oh, you're chasing me. Okay, got it. Let me control my boost. Let me grab the ball. And let me go ground to air across the field. And this is why, mechanics become important. But these are a couple more creative options that would be more effective in your games if you can pull them off. That make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Foundations, speed flips. The movement we outlined, supporting our teammate. And, a couple other things. Anybody have any questions on this kind of idea of taking the ball away from your opponent and the cross-map air dribbles we discussed?
Yeah, what's the proper setup? Like, how do you get that sort of touch and setup?
For
the
cross-map?
For the cross-map.
Yeah,
so that's something I struggle with for sure, and I've always been curious.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of... It's one of those things where it's like, how do you get the touch? Well, the answer is it's like 7 small things, but I can go through a couple of them right now. So there's a pack here for you that I wish I used to train this, but I didn't. It's called... Hold on just a moment.
Cross-map air?
Cross-map air, yeah, it's by Cruisin'. So it has this setup on a platter for you. The ball's rolling up the wall, bounces up, you up. I actually didn't learn it on this. I learned this setup in free play, but you could use this pack if you want. I think it's nice to, show you how I'm getting these first touches and eventually shooting the ball at the net. So a couple pieces of tech that you need in order to be able to do this. You need to have good speed break control. So like being able to break tap, get this touch, and then jump off the wall. You need to have good control of that. You need to have the speed flip down. You need to understand how the speed flip works and be, lights out with it, 100% consistent. You then need to understand how to modify a speed flip into a twist flip. What's the difference between a speed flip and a twist flip? Well, speed flip, your nose stays tucked the whole way. A twist flip, your nose finishes up. Look at the difference. Speed flip, tucked, twist flip, up. The difference is
So-
I let go of the cancel for the second half of the spin on the twist flip. So that way my nose pops back up. And that's how that twist flip works. Then what we do is we chunk all those things together. We break tap, we hit the ball, we twist flip, and we follow it. And that's how you get all those, that's how you get the setup precise.
Would you possibly also put that code in the Discord by chance?
Yep, I can drop it.
Thank you.
You chunk all these things together, and the setup looks a little different on each one, and obviously I have a lot of directional air roll control in order to be able to do this, but I say it like there's only 3 things you need to do. There's like, all these skills are being chunked up and built on top of each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the idea with the cross map. Cool? Cool. Alright, we'll throw stuff in chat for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Alright. Cross map air. Throw this in the chat. Has this been helpful so far? Any questions? Hopefully that was helpful, NJ. We'll go to the next
No, I
replay in a moment.
appreciate the review.
Of course.
Thanks, man.
We did some demos of how you can take the ball across the field or how you can do cross map air as well. So I
By
think
the
that's
way, are you gonna be posting this in class recordings just so I can
yeah, for sure.
rewatch the?
Yeah, I will.
Alright, appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know if I did last week. I don't know if I've been good about that. I gotta check the recordings. They're all on YouTube, but I don't know if I've been good about. I'll post links. I'll post the links. Thanks for reminding me. All right, let's go check out Orange. Yeah.
Good patience.
Orange, orange, orange. What's up, man? Or it's Mo, right? Mo Kerpa. Mo.
Yeah, that's right.
Which one is it here?
The first one.
Obviously.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Thanks for letting us look at your replay, NJ. We're gonna go on to Orange.
No.
All right. Appreciate it, Kaz. My last update was on July 28th. Yeah, I haven't updated this month, so I'll batch them all. I'll post them all tonight. Let me put something on my calendar right now so I don't forget.
Almost got the setup already. Maybe.
Add
Say
an
that in
event
a
to my
quick-
calendar. Remind me at 9 p.m. to update all class recordings. Okay, I'll make sure I don't forget. I appreciate that, Kaz. Orange, how can I help? What's your main goal?
Actually, at this touch, in general, I just want to improve. Here, I know what where my mistake was. It was just a bad setup.
Yeah, it was just a bad setup. Here, this speed flip, we need to keep our nose tucked. We just started a little late. We just need to be a little quicker with the speed flip. Or not use a speed flip at all. We already have a lot of speed. This is fine. We land up the wall. We need to be brake tapping right now. That brake tap creates a softer touch. We just need to get under the ball and get that brake tap. This is a very awkward setup, though. You have to hit this ball in the perfect spot. You just get too far behind it and not enough under it. And yeah, you hit it forward, and then it's too hard to recover. There are still ways to recover that, but you're right. First touch wasn't quite right.
And there, I have a question. I think I could score it, but I don't know how to get up there faster.
Yeah, so you
Or
grab
maybe
the
I could
boost,
shoot.
pad, very nice. Yeah, I think you can shoot it. I think we just have to faster or quicker. Let's see. So right before you take off, you needed to brake tap once again. So it's just very precise right here. When we see the ball bounce, brake tap right now before we take off. Because if you look at this from the side, you actually are quite far back. And you have a clear line to the ball. You're going to fast aerial, you're going to go like that. And then you're going to fly like this, right? Because you boost the rest of the way. But the issue is, because we don't brake tap first, our jump is going to send us way out low, and then we're going to be out like this. So watch. Instead of being on the yellow path, you're going to be on like the blue path. Just like this. So we're just a little low, whereas ideally we would have been striking it on the yellow path. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the way we do that is we just add that brake tap at the start. That way we get that slow liftoff, and then we go out at it. Yeah, you just... Because then we'd be striking it up here. That's it.
Is there a routine to train it?
Yeah, so there are definitely some training packs to train this. What would I recommend you use for this? What would be a good pack? I mean, I train this on like wall stops, but that's a little bit more complex. That like chunks up multiple drills. You need something that isolates this skill, so that way you can focus on it. You know what? I haven't thought about how you would train something like this before, so let me get back to you.
It's actually a little thing that no one really talks about.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually important, like there, especially.
Kaz said Luke with a 98% out accuracy. Thank you, Kaz. Yeah, I don't know. That was first try, by the way. If that makes a YouTube short, whoever's editing the YouTube short, make sure to tell people that was first try. Okay, Viscous, what was the question?
Try it on aerial off wall. I'm trying it on there, and it's making a big difference. I had never heard about the brake tap thing before, except off of like air dribble setups off wall. I didn't realize you were doing it for any aerial to kind of give you like a more vertical lift off, and it's pretty good on this one.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. That's actually a great point. It is going to chunk together a wall takeoff, but off the ground, that's a good place to start. Yeah, we'll demo that example. So aerial off wall. You guys are screaming like, it's right there. I don't see it. I don't see it. Where's aerial off wall?
Why am I just now realizing that you can literally just press your brakes while you still have your finger on the gas? Like you don't have to let go of the gas.
Found it. I was also going to suggest double taps because you want a pack where like you can meet the ball. But yeah, like the concept here is, oh, and my controller is disconnected. Here it is. So yeah, like on any shot where you have too much speed built up before we, are taking off, like these we want to hustle because we're catching up to the play. But like this one, we get to this position, we brake tap, and then we take off. Get to the position, brake tap, take off. This is a very common movement. Get to the position. Here, no, we would go straight through it. But yeah, it is situational. Like, when you get to the position too quick, you'll do a brake tap in some cases. And this skill is really important because even on a shot, you saw me on the cross-map air dribbles. Like, what am I doing? Right before I reach the ball, I brake tap. That gives me that soft first touch, and then I can take the ball out. So it's very useful all across the field. That's a great shout, Viscous. I need to find a training pack where it's just a ground-to-air takeoff where you could do this. Because it is an important skill that you need.
I'd say aerial flip reset shots, but that one is... I think it's all stationary, though.
Yeah, there's a pack by Johnny Boy. It's aerial flip reset shots, right?
I think that's the one I've got, yeah.
Shock just sent a pack, but it's to a student. It's not to me. It scared me.
Damn.
Yeah, like you could do like a backboard therapy pack, which is like a whey protein pack here, where like you rush to the... Yeah, this is actually a great pack. Okay, we're going to do this one. So this is backboard therapy by whey protein. Normally you would use this to track rebounds, and what most people do here is they do this takeoff, which I think is super useless, because in a game, when would we Michael Jordan the ball from half field? Well, the answer is if you're platinum or diamond, you might often do this, but it's a terrible way to practice. Instead, you want to rush, you want to get as far under the ball as possible. Like you said, brake tap, and then fast aerial under it. Now, is this super game realistic? No, like we can see this ball's, coming high. But if you want to add pressure to your ability to brake and then get up fast, that's exactly what this drill is. Rush, brake last second, and then jump and try to get this touch. Let this one play back. You see what I mean? So you rush, you brake tap last second, then we jump. all of these bouncing shots are great examples. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to Michael Jordan it. Does everybody understand what I mean when I say Michael Jordan?
Yeah. I feel like I'm being called out here. Holy shit.
Take off from half field and then try to slam it down. Don't worry, it's a lot of people do that. I used to do it. If you go watch my videos from like 8 years ago, you'll see me doing this. This is what I would go. I thought this was freestyling.
I feel like that was everyone though in like 2017.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if we can learn how to get as far under the ball as possible, then break tap and only last second go up, this is a very useful skill. It'll improve your awkward aerials and your ability to get height quickly. Oh. Yeah, so I practice this. I think this is useful. Cool, capiche? Any questions?
Oh no, I will practice. But can you send the code in the
Yeah, I'll send the code.
channel? Thank you.
Cool, this is... Now I know what drill to assign if I do this again. This is... What's it called? Backboard therapy.
Backdoor therapy, yeah.
Backboard therapy. Until I've been here too long. My brain is going, but it's okay. Rah rah.
It's a top one. Oh, you just passed it.
Like I said, all of the
Oh,
words
bottom
are
right
blending
now.
together. Is it on my screen
It's at the
somewhere?
bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
at the
okay,
bottom.
okay. Nice. All right, we did it. Great success. Okay, back to whose replay were we looking at?
Orange.
Where's orange?
Orange. Let's do it. That'll give you a useful training on how to break tap in those ways. Orange. We'll keep improving. Appreciate all the input, by the way. I'm glad we were able to find a pack. That was good. Ruby's Edits says, is it on my screen while hovering your mouse over it 2-3 times? Yes, exactly right. I just work here. Go dark. Wow. Is this a real dark?
Nah, man.
It's looking good. Good stop. Nice, that's just in. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Cheat up. Yeah, so this is another situation where break tap and being accurate would be really useful. Gonna block it.
So this is a situation where I actually don't know what to do. So I just try to delay.
Yeah, so teammate is overcommitted. He hits the ball to the opponent. We know there's one blue player here. There's another blue player behind us, right?
Yeah.
So a couple options here. This is a classic wall stop scenario. A couple things you could do. So when we do see that the blue player's overcommitted into our corner, I get scared about driving back. Because if I think to myself, if I just drive back right now, there's a good chance I'm going to be hunted. And I'm going to be eaten alive. Right? You're going to be demoed. Not good. So what we want to do here is ideally we want to stop this ball and then make a follow-up touch. The difficulty is it's flying at us very quickly. And so what I would probably be doing here is I would try to jam the ball into the bottom, into the corner. And by in the corner, I mean like this sort of curve, the ridge. I think curve is the best word. Jam the ball into the curve on the wall such that it rolls up and you can make a follow-up touch. And so what does that look like? Well, I'll let this play back. This ball's coming up, and then I'm going to take you guys to a pack. The pack for this is called wall stops. You can either jump up, cut the ball off midair, land on the wall and go again, or you can let it bounce and try to jam it into the wall. I'll show both of those setups for you. We're going to go to a pack called Wall Stops by Kevpert, F11. It's up top, so my old Unk brain doesn't have to scroll. I'll show you this exact shot. Here. So two options. You can
Oh my
jam.
God, it's actually...
You can jam this ball into the ground like this, and then follow it up. And so what we're doing there is it's a Mina flip. You're air rolling into the wall and then speed flipping right. That's hitting the ball on the ridge, rolling it up, and then you get an air dribble setup. So that's one instance of how you could deal with a ball like that. Another is you could get under, and you could pop it up, get behind the ball, pop it up, and then hustle and try to follow it up like this. So kind of two ways to follow up this shot. And there are more examples in this pack. You know, somewhere you have to come under. And I'm not going to do the best example right now, but you know, kind of like these. But yeah. Does this answer your question? I think you said, oh my god, this is the exact pack.
Yeah, this is actually this situation. Yeah, actually the same from the game.
It's the exact situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this a lot. Wall stops are extremely useful. If you want a full, uncut, step-by-step breakdown of, like, everything I'm doing here, because, once again, this is, like, a combination of multiple little movements that I'm doing that you need to be precise with. If you want a breakdown of that, I have a video on my second YouTube channel. It's called Wall Stops Step-by-Step Breakdown.
Is that the recording from, like, when you were going over it a few weeks ago?
Yeah, we had this in class like 4 weeks ago, and it was a common question, and so I made you guys a full video. I came back after the session at like 8 or 9 p.m., and we did a small class where I walked through it. You guys are aware I have a second channel, right? Here, let me show you. Everybody's watching on my YouTube live stream. And if you're not, you go here, you go to Spooky Luke. Oh, look, I'm live. Who's that? You go down, scroll down to here. You'll see Spooky Luke Unscripted. You'll see IRL Bootcamp. You'll see my IRL channel. You'll even see my Minecraft channel. I don't know who put that there. But if you go to Spooky Luke Unscripted and then Wall Stops Mechanic Explained Step by Step, this video, I break down all of the shots 1 through 50 in this pack and how to do them. That's pretty cool. Nice. Nice. Right?
Is the pack in the description?
Yeah, it's in the description of this video. And there's also another pack I go over here. It's called Multi-Touch Training by Shock. One of our coaches, Shock. He's a good pack on this. So yeah, this is the principle. But for these ones where it's rolling back, you can either, like I said, Orange, you can either cut it off here. So that looks like that. Oh, I lag spiked. But I'll let this one play back. So you can cut it off before it bounces, or you can do like the jam into the wall, Mina flip, and then go. Both work. That lag spike was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, you see this. Oh, this is a good example too. Shot 12. So you can hit it on the up bounce. You can hit it before the bounce. You can just try to jam it into the wall. A lot of different approaches here. Right? But yeah, it's difficult because we're doing like a Mina flip here. Yeah, it's a lot to digest. Here you'd probably have to do some sort of like power slide cut and then come around it. Do I recommend my Minecraft videos? No, absolutely not. I'll recommend them. When I get famous one day, somebody's gonna go through all those old videos and they're gonna find me saying some horrible slur when I was 12 years old, and by horrible slur I mean like me just I don't even know what I would say in my Minecraft days. Get pwned, noob. And I'm gonna get canceled for the 7th time. So the answer is no. Actually, Kaz, if you'd like to do a friendly hacking, maybe go into my old Minecraft videos, and if there's anything cancelable, let me know before my ops get to it. That'd be cool. Me at 12 years old telling people to get pwned.
What are the ops in question? I have to ask.
The ops or the opposition? What do you mean? There are many ops.
Yeah, but who are the ops?
There are always ops, dude. There are always people. You know what they say when they see you at the top? You know, they love you when you're at the bottom. When you're at the top, everybody wants to come for you. And in this case, I'm at the top of a very niche online car soccer community. And by at the top, I mean I'm really not at the top, but you know, you get the idea. cliche, but it's true. I don't even know. People just want whatever they can find. I made a video about this on my RL channel. It's like when you have like 10 subs, it's like, great video, mad underrated. Love your stuff, man. Keep up the good work. Now I have, 500k subs. Dropped a video. Only 7 views in 2 minutes. Bro fell off. It's like every video. You have to learn.
It's gonna invent a mechanic.
Yeah, then you're immune to all controversy.
The Lukey flip.
Yeah, that would be very humble, wouldn't it? If I invented a mechanic named after myself. I think Musty got away with it because I don't think he ever tried to own it. That's
he was
a lot.
young too. He was like 15, right?
Yeah. Well, it's different. It's like if you invent it at 3 mil subs, it's like, bro, it's not all about you. But if you invent it when you're nobody, it's like, we got to give this guy credit. He's our hero. It's very interesting how the public eye shifts.
There was an issue with that when they came out with the Licks flip, right? That like where you can keep your flip off wall.
There was.
I don't know if you know anything about that. Yeah, there was a bunch of drama about it because they were trying to name it after him. And there was a whole bunch of people that were like, no, don't call it that. That's just whatever. He didn't discover that or whatever. He just refound it.
Fighting the good fight. Fighting the real problems in our world.
Yep.
Don't let it.
Mods. The ops, those are the ops.
The ops, you gotta be careful of the ops. No. If you're a Reddit mod and you're watching this, I love you. Even if you don't love me. Alright. Next question. We're checking out Orange. We gave you a bunch of mechanics training. I apologize. I don't know if I have much more time to go over your gameplay, but was that helpful? Do you have any follow-ups?
No, actually, I take it.
Alright, cool. I'll put it down then. I'll leave it with you.
All right.
If you're cool, I appreciate you submitting a replay. We're going to rock and roll to Vexel. If we've got it.
Okay.
Did I download your replay right? I don't see it. What would it be called?
Yeah, it's mine is, I think my rotations are improving.
Cool.
The guy that I'm in here with, by the way, is my main duo that I play with.
Cool. What's your main goal right now, Vexel?
Unrealistically, SSL. I think realistically, I could get to Champ 1, maybe.
That's a pretty big gap. Well, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, but I'm definitely up for the training and stuff.
Cool. I'm here to help. All right, this is your duo?
Yeah.
Good news. Your teammate's the entire problem. Next replay. No.
Usually how it goes.
There is nothing you can improve. You are simply hard stuck in champ because of your teammates. That's it.
I'm in plat right now.
Same thing, same difference. You are. No, I'm sure there are things you can improve.
Yeah, definitely.
So first thing is kickoff. You probably already know what I'm gonna say, but what?
I didn't flip.
Yeah, you didn't flip. Why didn't you flip? Just working on it, building overtime.
I might not. I don't really know exactly why I didn't flip. Might just. I think I might have thought that was speed flipping, and I tried to counter that.
Yeah. We almost always want to be using a flip on the kickoff, regardless of what the opponent is doing, just because it gets us there without having to use as much boost. Period.
Yeah.
So, if you can't speed flip, front flip. If you could front flip, diagonal flip, even better. Some form of flip is important, though. Otherwise, our boost usage is very poor, right? We're just slow.
Yeah.
See what I mean? We're slow to recover on the kickoff. We only have 12 versus we could have 24 or more. And yeah, like any hustle to the side boost, you're usually going to lose.
Okay.
All goes high here. Oh, we're awkward. It's okay. It's difficult. This is just something we want to be able to read. In Platinum, I never expect you to be able to read this. So when it does go way high up here, my default is like, my rule for myself used to be before, you can make these reads. If you can make this read, right now you pre-jump, you beat him and you score. If you can't make this read, base principle, pick a post. So we're awkward. We don't know which way to go. We don't know whether to go for the ball. Let's pick a post. In this case, this post, right? We're at the front post. Let's just stay here. But let's face towards the net and try to cover as much of it as we can. Like this. Right?
Okay.
That way, at least we're blocking some of the net, right? When we're awkward in these positions, turn it around, pick a post, get in position, get ready for a shot to come, so that way you can save it sideways. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Otherwise, good luck. You get into a lot of these positions where the ball's over you, very hard to read. If you're not going, you miss the opportunity. Now you get beat, and everything's a goal. He missed. Oh, that's good. Can we make that into a short? Wait, let me show his POV so we can meme this into a short. Nah. Wait, what happened? Oh, here it was. You'd think he would have hit it because he has the Stingray. I thought the Stingray would reach up and hit the ball, but it didn't. See how it's kind of
DLC hitbox.
You guys didn't know that? The Stingray increases your hitbox. Nobody knew that? No, okay, it doesn't. Comment funny if that was funny in the YouTube chat.
Pretty comments funny.
Everybody's like, oh, I was watching. Somebody's listening to this. Oh, I was watching YouTube. Click off stream. Close.
Next
THK.
short, you come out with a thumbnail. Like, do a picture of the Stingray with a red circle and an arrow pointing at it.
Our YouTube editors will do a fantastic job. I'm certain of this. They will do fine work. Nice strike, Vexel. But yeah, Vexel, we want to work on pick a post. If you're like, kind of shitting your pants on the goal line, just pick a post and face the net. And good luck.
Yeah, that's one of my main problems is when the ball is up in the corners or above me, I just sit in the net like a scared person, like terrified.
It happens. Yeah, you're just going to have to build up your reads. I can give you a pack to work on that. It's just going to take a lot of time. There's a lot of different curves and bounces that you'll have to learn. But we have a really good pack from it on it. One of our coaches, his name is Torment, as you know. He's one of the best defensive players of all time, and he's got a really good pack on this. It's called Defensive Variety, and it has a bunch of very challenging reads that you ideally should be taking off here to meet the ball out front, but easier said than done. It's like these exact situations, right? Where the ball's like awkwardly here. You don't want to own goal it. Here we would go up backboard, maybe read that. This is like these bounces are truly something else. He was cooking in this pack. This is like our LCS level, but if you could do this as a plat, good luck. Maybe don't start with this actually. This is quite a challenging pack. Yeah, this pack is actually exceptionally difficult on these bounces. These are kind of crazy reads. This one, yeah, these are really difficult. Actually, don't do this pack. That would be a terrible idea. That would be like throwing into the wolves. Okay, we're going to instead do a pack like... I do think I have some sort of backboard defense that's not like ridiculously hard in here. Defensive variety is very difficult. We have to have something that's easier than this. Surely. Backboard defense by Shock. Nice. This one's a little easier. This one's actually still way too hard for a plat. I apologize. These are both pro packs. What am I doing? All right. Maybe we have something more basic. Backboard defense by Shock. No. Flipper. No. I actually don't know if I have like a basic defense pack. I have like some shadow defense packs, which are okay. But I don't have any like basic backboard clears pack. I don't know why I don't have that.
There's Kev Pert's wall clears. That's a good one.
Is it? Do I not have?
Yeah.
Is it here? Where is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at stream, but.
Oh, okay. Put in the chat. Put in the chat if you have an idea. I'm open to pull it up. Does anybody have a good backboard pack?
T-Bells, wall clears.
Drop whatever you got in the chat. I'll pull it up because I need something to favorite for the future.
I'm in a tournament. I can't. I'm sorry. Someone else will have to.
It's okay. If somebody has a pack. We'll get to that in the future. Because I have these uncomfortable saves in shadow defense, which are like good backward saves packs.
I dropped the wall clears pack.
This is wall power clears. Oh, this is Flump. Okay, let's check out Flump. Yeah, this one's alright. This is, you know, you can read it before the bounds, after the bounds. We try to go jump at the ball. Yeah, these are okay. These are quite awkward ones, though. Not very game realistic. Like, the ball never... Why would the ball come up here? This is quite a weird place for the ball to go. Like, even here, like, these are just really weird places for the ball to go. And all you can do with these is, like, double jump, which kind of sucks. I mean, you can rip them, but, like, there's no room for control on any of these shots. This is okay. I appreciate you sharing this.
I think that's kind of the point, just double jumping and clearing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of... You're not really controlling the ball at Platinum.
No, you're definitely not. But I would love if we had some that were more reasonable. Wall shots by Paquito. I don't know if just any of these have backboard defense. Hootie-hoo? Maybe this is promising. Let's see. Yeah, so this one might actually be playable. This still is kind of vanilla, though. Like, these balls, they just never come like this. These are game realistic. This will happen. You will get situations like this where you have to play off the backboard. So this is okay. The first two shots, I was like, this is like, I don't really know when this has ever happened in a game. But I will do some more investigation on my own time to find a better backboard defense pack that's game realistic. These are all okay, but nothing is screaming to me. Backboard therapy is offensive. None of these are screaming to me. Yeah. Maybe diamond defense. These are just simple saves. Well, this one's actually not so simple. Geo fast aerial. This one you have to half flip. Okay, like I said, I'll do some more research offline.
Okay.
These are good. Just want to favorite it for later. Where's diamond defense? Diamond defense. Diamond defense. I don't see diamond defense. Do you guys see it? Did I favorite it? I don't know if I favorited it before I went into the pack. Somebody in YouTube, rewind. Rewind for me. Tell me where I just put it. It's not in the featured. It's not in the browse. Diamond defense. Diamond defense. I thought it was by Waiton's pack. Here it is. Lexus. Found it. Woo! Alright. Let's go back to your replay, my man. But kickoffs, we got to improve. Honestly, I should just make, like... I know I need to do this, but I just need to make a playbook of stuff that you should learn in Platinum. Because, like, it's pretty fun. Like, it's pretty logical in the order. Obviously, choose your own adventure with what order you want to go. But it's pretty much like, we need to have better kickoffs. We need to consistently hit the ball hard. You need to be consistently fast aerialing. You need to be half flipping. You need to be wave dashing. You know, all these things usually just don't happen at this rank. And obviously there are a lot of rotation things we could go over. But all these mechanical things, you know, I can almost guarantee for sure we're not doing properly. Something that you'll learn as you climb from Platinum to Diamond is sometimes touches can be equally effective without jumps. So this is a position where, like, you driving into the ball is about as effective as you jumping, but you jumping makes your recovery slower and makes you a little bit more awkward than you just driving through this ball, slamming it, and then turning back.
Yeah, I think that's actually a habit I built up is when I seen a video talking about how, like, you get more power off your shots when you flick into it, I tend to flick all the time I hit the ball pretty much now.
Yeah.
And that's just a habit I need to work on not doing.
Mm-hmm. There are certain times where hitting the ball harder is not beneficial. A good example is when you're in the corner. Because if you hit the ball hard into the corner, it just bounces back at your side, and now you're on the wrong side of it. So oftentimes we'll want to make those soft touches that actually move slower, or that give us time to move back. Classic scenario where I just said, boom, perfect situation to half flip. luckily, you get back in time. And here, a lot of people are missing opens and not being consistent at this rank. So that's still, stuff to work on. I was kind of livid. Okay. Platinum is not consistent. I don't know what people are talking about. I made a YouTube video. I just have to go off on my rocker again. I apologize. I'm just holding you guys all hostage for my speeches tonight. I made a video, and in that video, I compared, previous pro play, season 1 RLCS to platinum or diamond today. And people were like, people do that in bronze today. My platinum games look way better. Where did I say it? Here it was. Okay, maybe diamond's a stretch, but this is easily higher ranked than the current gameplay. Like, these people are consistently striking the ball hard, whereas we're watching a plat game right now. And what rank are you currently?
I was plat 2 at the time of this. Now I'm plat 1.
Okay, so this is plat 2 gameplay, and people in this lobby are not consistently hitting the ball. This looks slower than that pro gameplay. Or maybe it's the same speed. But I think it was like this, like plat gameplay is like the equivalent. I think plat or diamond was a completely fair assessment. Go watch the YouTube video if you think I'm wrong. And, we'll let the YouTube comment section decide, which is like probably the worst idea ever. But I don't think I was wrong. I will admit when I was wrong in this position. I don't think I was wrong. I think people are just blissfully unaware of the speed that their games move at, and everybody thinks their rank is better than it actually is. But then when you watch the replay, you're like, wow, everybody sucks in here. So I'm pretty sure it's just ego. Comment below. Anyways, back to your replay. I apologize.
No, it's good.
So yeah, we need to work on our wave dash consistency, half flip consistency, kickoffs, and like here, this is a fast aerial scenario, but we're just not in the right positions. So here we need to be, this ball is moving too slow. We need to wait for it to bounce. Then only after it bounces can we really jump. Here we try to jump before the bounce, which just makes the touch extraordinarily difficult. Instead, what we want to be doing here, the ball is bouncing like this. Bonk. And it's going to come out this way. So it's going to basically go into the wall and out. So what we want to do is we want to get around here and then strike in line with where the ball is going to be, not where it was. And that makes this touch so much easier to read if you were tracking it from the ground from this angle at this point in time. Then you would be going here, and then it's still a slim angle, but at least you're approaching it from the right side. Literally, the right side. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Here we half flip. I just love to see more consistency in this. I dig it. So you're practicing the right things. Fast aerials, half flips, kickoffs. We need to be more consistent with these things. And we can talk more about decision making, but I would really start with these things. Fair enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I do wave dash as well, but during my games I tend to just not do them. I forget they're a thing.
Yeah, that's normal.
I don't know why.
That happens. All right, let's work on those things. And then come back next week, and I'm happy to look at more.
Okay, yeah.
I appreciate you sending in a replay. Thanks for letting us watch your gameplay, man.
Yes, no problem.
We'll rock. Democracy is up next. Democracy, yes. I'm more of a fascist myself. Wait, no, not fascist. Communist. Wait, not oh, I'm saying all the wrong answers.
You can be whatever you want.
I'm gonna actually refrain from the political discourse. I feel like I'm just digging myself a deeper hole. Democracy. I support democracy. Okay, where are we going?
We are going diamond. Goal in general is to hit Grand Champ, preferably 2 or 3, because Grand Champ 1 is still kind of sometimes like Champ 3. So that is the goal in like about 3 to 6 months is the goal there.
Okay.
So realistic. Right now, like I said, Diamond 2, about 3 right now.
Is it RRA? Is that your replay? Which one's yours?
Yeah.
RRA.
Rapid
okay.
replay analysis.
Cool. All right. Democracy. Let's rock and roll. All right. So realistically, you want to be champ? My champ?
Grand champ.
Grand champ. That's 3 to 6 months?
3 to 6 months, correct.
All right. Let's get to work. Okay. Don't get the touch we want. Let's go back a little bit. So after you make this touch in the corner, we get hit back. We're challenging here. We try to go for a 50. We flip left. That's okay. We don't get the best 50. Here, I'd love to see you book it back because your teammate's last solo. Here, we make a flip before we check the play, which I don't love. So you commit to moving this way when the ball could be rolling at you right now. Not saying that it is, but if you watch your movement in this play, we know where the ball's going. Now we don't. We don't know, we don't know, we don't know. We make a decision. Now we look where the ball's going. The order on that is wrong. The order on that is flipped. You want to check where the ball's going and then make your decision, aka flip, based on it, not flip before and then check while you're flipping. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Because it's just we're making decisions with limited information, which just makes our decisions less, I mean, they're more likely to be incorrect. Here we're not going to get the touch we want. We end up flipping back. Good job half flipping, getting back in the play. Noticing a lot of front flips. Are you still working on speed flips?
Yeah, I was working actually with format on being consistent with be consistent up and down the field with front flips. Or, I'm sorry, with speed flips, but I can do it for kickoff.
Speed flips are super important. I find myself saying them again and again because it's just like an obvious win that you can get. And so to not be doing it, it's like, it's obviously they're difficult. So it's just like something you should be practicing on the back burner, right? Until you get just like consistently learning. On this shot, walk me through, where are the defenders?
Both of them are in the corner.
Both of them are in the corner. One's going to make a touch. This guy misses. So this guy's kind of facing the wrong way. He's out of the play. This guy's front flipping into his own wall. So he's kind of facing the wrong way. So we've got space to take this shot, right? When we have space, I'd like to see I'd like to see us take time, right? Jump, air roll right, dodge left. Rather than using both jumps, fast aerialing. This fast aerial touch, to me, says, like, I'm trying to beat a defender. But there are no defenders challenging you, so we should be taking our time trying to place this shot more effectively. With power.
Makes sense.
It'd be a much more meaningful touch. Wow, it just goes in. That's crazy work. You're the best. Don't listen to a goddamn word I say. What do I know anyways? I just yapped to a camera. Wow, that's crazy. In general, save your flip when people aren't challenging. You'll get more powerful shots. Oh, fake. Okay, we do have speed flips going. Yeah, I can see you're working on it. It's okay. Okay, so you're hitting the ball hard. This is step one. However, talk to me. Where are the opponents? Walk me through the same exercise we just did.
One is up in the air, pushing it down to me, and then one is midfield.
One is midfield, right. So I think you have a little bit of room on your car right now to make a catch. Now, you don't have to always go for catches in these situations, but what I'm thinking in this play is I have a second. I'm not being challenged. It's about to be a 1v1. He's not within challenging range, right? So if I make one soft touch, I'm going to have a sec. By slamming the ball, we actually make his decision very binary, which is just like I have to make a save. Right? If I make the save, we're fine. If I don't make the save, we're scored on. And you end up getting a decently powerful touch from that angle, which is quite hard actually. But I just don't think this is the most meaningful play you could go for. A catch and a control is much more effective. You almost do get a goal out of it because he just goes boost over ball fully. But Yeah, a catch and a dribble here just makes screaming. It's just screaming to me. A screaming ton of sense. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, and it also gives my teammate time to get back into the play a little bit, I think, too, as well, if I caught that.
For sure. The slam play isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. Hitting the ball hard will usually lead to good things, but in this position, a more guaranteed attack is to hold on to it when you're not getting challenged. If he's challenging you, I understand trying to just throw it over him. But yeah, you're just kind of throwing ball here. And basically, you're hoping that he messes up, which he kind of does, and then you do get an opening. But we could be more effective. Good job with the wave dashes. Good job with the recoveries. Okay. So we've given you a couple things to work on offensively. Striking, okay, and we're making our touches based on the defense's positioning. Not based on what we want to do, based on are they going. If he's not in challenging range, we control. Okay, so I think that would be very helpful. Now, I do notice, I'll leave you with this one last piece of advice before I overload you. We often, as we're rotating back here, we seem to be making rotation decisions in a very black and white way. Whereas that's not the way Rocket League works. Ideally, we're making our movement as we're moving back the field based on where the play is going. So we know here that we're on the wrong side of the play. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that if I'm on blue team, I should probably start moving back to my side so I can, get behind my teammate. That's obvious. What's not so obvious is what happens when your teammate challenges it. Should you ever cut in, right? Should you look for a demo? So all these things will happen as the play develops. What I notice you do is you move back here and you turn off ball cam and you decide, I'm going to go this way. And this is like a very vanilla, safe way of playing. It's also quite passive. And so instead, what I would recommend you do is move somewhere along the midfield. And as you're moving, we have these sort of route options. And based on the information we get, if he, for example, tries to cut into the midfield, you say, no, and you take the ball off him from behind. But because we're doing this very passive, I'm just going to go all the way around the field, we leave a lot of space, we leave this guy unchallenged. He ends up taking it to you anyway, so you do a good fix. But this initial swing route confused me and definitely stood out to me. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So as we're rotating back, we're looking for demo, and we're watching the play to decide how we rotate. We're not deciding how we rotate and then looking back at the play when we're done. Good players are constantly taking in information.
Is what it seems. Just to both offense and defense.
It applies to both offense and defense. Yeah, sorry, I was yapping. What did you say from the start? What was your just comment a second ago? I was yapping when you said it.
Oh.
Did we cut out for a second?
Yeah. Yeah, your share is cut off.
Oh, did it break?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We're back. What did you say? Say again.
No, I was just saying in general, just be a little bit more reactive than passive, I guess, in my own world.
Yeah, so a belief that Shock broke for me, and I talk about this a lot because it was a big eye opener for me, which was I thought pros were just more mechanical, and so they just pick more mechanical options, and then the more mechanical options are better, and so pros win. That's genuinely what I thought. But what Shock explained to me is that no, what pros are better at is pros are better at taking in information. And so they'll take in information, and then based on that information, they'll go, okay, backboard's uncovered, I'm going to go low for a reset. Okay, somebody's challenging, I need to go high. And they'll play the ball around the defenders in these very creative ways. But the foundation of all of it is, where are my eyes? They're on my opponents. They're on taking in information. What I'm not doing is I'm not just saying, I'm going for a reset on this play without even looking at the defenders. I'm doing a reset. I'm going to make 1-touch, 2-touch, reset. That's what a plat or a diamond thinks, and not in a bad way, but just in somebody who's less robust with their thinking. They think, I want to go for a ceiling shot, so no matter when they're coming, I'm going to hit the ball in the air, I'm going to make 1 touch. Or they think, no matter when somebody's challenging, I'm making a 3-touch air dribble. 1, 2, 3. And whether or not there was a defender, their play remains the same. But what a higher ranked player is doing is they're adjusting their decisions in all aspects based on where the defenders are. I see somebody's challenging, I'm going low. I see somebody's coming, I need to go high again. And that's why they're more effective. And so it's the same thing with rotations and on offense. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off. That makes sense, you said?
Yeah.
And if you get better mechanically, you have more options to play the ball around defenders. You can get a reset and then go high again, and then get another reset. Or you can, you know, take the ball to the ceiling, and then go low, and then go back high, and then double. Theoretically. That's the idea. So this is what better players are doing when they play. They're taking in information and making decisions faster than you. And when you combine skill set with consistency, with mechanics, with watching the opponents, that's when you get a player that just seemingly you can't get the ball off of. So that's the idea. Cool. Ready to go back to the replay?
Ready.
Right. Let's go back. Democracy. 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 NJRRA. Here we are. So a couple things you can work on there, which is just this like binary. And I think actually that was the last thing I wanted to leave you with, because I looked at like 2 minutes of the game. I didn't want to overwhelm you. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Questions on this idea of like taking in information? Everybody feel good about it?
No, I
You
think
feel good about it?
I think I'm working. Yeah, I'm working on being more mechanical, so that actually this concept makes more sense to me. So yeah, this all works.
Awesome.
Is the live stream over?
Did the live stream stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord.
Oh, it must have just
What is it?
crashed. Just been live for a while. I thought it was live on YouTube and it crashed. YouTube, are you guys still here? Please tell me you're here. I get lonely. The real Skibbity says, "Yo, what's up?" I think that's what that means. Hopefully we're still live on
'Cause
YouTube.
I noticed the live single, like on the Discord call, just like disappeared. So that's why I asked.
It just fully disappeared.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it must have. Somebody said, smiley face, pixel pickle. Says, I must take that as a yes. Chat is just buffering like 5 times for me. Can we 1v1? I am a bot. No. Okay, tweaking out. You're next. We got 2 more replays to check out. Then we're gonna put a wrap on tonight. It's like my father always said. Wrap it up. All right, tweaking out.
You should skip me. I'm in tournament match right now.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go next. Who's next? Did nobody catch my joke? Nobody caught my joke. Feels bad, man. All right, next.
Heard you.
I didn't even hear you. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, who are we talking about? We got one more and then we'll come back to tweaking out. Okay. Bob. Bob, are you with us? Oh, did we lose Bob? No, Bob is here. Bob Mo. Did I get it right? Bob? Bob, you're muted. Come back. We need you.
Come back.
It's like the Avatar. When they needed him most, he vanished. Bob.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes! I thought you'd never come
Yes,
back. I was getting nervous, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought there's someone behind me.
No, you were right.
1v1.
1v1. This one.
Ani, yeah.
My hero.
Before I say anything.
Are you Rawas or are you Ragnar?
No. I'm Rawas.
He's done, bro.
All right.
Just before I say anything, I'm actually working with Team Falcon.
Oh, cool.
So I got challenged by Rawas. And the challenge is to improve myself. I was playing the game since 2016.
Oh, yeah.
My peak was Diamond. So he challenged me to my peak should be by the end of the year, at least a Grand Champ.
He wants you to be a Grand Champ by the end of the year in 4 months.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy work, man. How much are you playing the game?
Actually, we just finished EWC, so I'm ready to play 24.
Okay. You're ready to grind.
100%.
Okay. All right. This is a lot of pressure. And you came to me? Who sent you to me? You should go talk to Rawas.
To be honest, no. See, no. I was watching you like long time ago, and I saw how like you're given
how much better looking I got.
In a good way.
Yeah, and handsome.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you are.
You're like okay.
But
you're like
actually,
yes.
I understand more than you. I actually hired like.
You understand more than me? So now you're talking shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's 1v1.
Wait, what?
No. I understand.
1v1
like
big for a diamond, bro.
Bro, I gotta see this.
No. I'm playing. Sorry. Go back.
Chill, guys.
I cut you off. I'm being a clown. Okay, go. Finish your explanation. I'm interested to know.
I understand like the way like how Rocket League is like kind of toxic, but I'm actually think I'm good. But I still need someone to teach me how to be better than who I am right now, especially in mentality, because that's what I get gets in my head, especially toxic players. Because I'm 30 years old, so I get when someone be a toxic to me, I get super mad, and like my gameplay just go banned.
Yeah, we gotta work on that. Gotta keep a level
head. Why did I choose you? Simple way. I know, like, I think you're a good teacher. That's the only thing I can explain.
Yep. I appreciate it. That's obviously why we make all the free content. I will do my best to serve you. I cannot guarantee I will get you Grand Champ in 4 months, but I can help. All right, let's strap in. So, you need to be better than Rawas in 4 months. What do you have on the line?
Not better.
Just
just better.
as good as you can be.
Yeah, as much as I can, because the challenge is to be in Grand Champ. I'll be like whatever is gonna happen, we're gonna 1v1. If I don't concede more than 5 goals, then I win the challenge.
Can we get a bigger margin? What about, can we negotiate 10 goals?
I'll try.
Let's negotiate 10, because if I went against Rawas, I would probably concede about 15. And I'm,
there's money
and I'm a high
on the line, so I'm scared.
Okay, all right. Well, you put the money out there. All right, great. Now I'm involved with gambling and Team Falcons. My newest controversy has been unlocked. Let's do it. Okay, so what? So I need to help you rank up. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the game so far. This is obviously a 1v1 match. You're going to be 1v1ing him, so you just need to learn 1v1 principles. Okay, so let's go over a simple 1v1 formula. So simple 1v1 formula that I was taught by a top 100 1v1 player is, there are 3 steps to 1v1. Okay. We get the ball, dribble on an angle, we take back to corner, then we shadow. Okay, so these are 3 essential skills for 1v1. Dribbling on an angle, taking the ball back to your corner, and shadowing. And so you're doing a decent job of it right now. We end up going to the wall here. But actually, I don't even know if I can get into that explanation, because I think something that's just lacking right now in this lobby is just overall ball control.
Yeah.
So like in this lobby, people are giving a massive amount of space. Like, this is crazy work. As you're dribbling the ball, he's backing up into his net, which is like crazy work. I promise you, Rawas will not do this against you. So
he will push all the way.
So what Rawas will do is he will drive at you, and he will either go if he doesn't think you have the ball, or he will fake if you show strength. Okay? But either way, the reason we close this gap is because you don't want to be saving the ball while driving at it. When you save the ball while driving at it, so this is the opposite of shadow defense. When you save the ball while driving at it, we have 1 point of intersection with the ball, which is right now. If I miss it, it's in my net.
Yeah.
If I miss it, it's in my net. But if we're driving backwards, we now have many times at which we could cut in and make the save. So effectively, by shadowing, by driving up at the opponent, and then faking, Now when the ball comes at us, we could save now we turn. You turn whenever you want. So it makes defense easier. So you need to understand this basic principle of like, we drive at the opponent always. If they're weak, we challenge. Like if they're weak, we just take the ball off them. If they're strong, we drive at them like we're going to challenge. We turn back, we let them shoot, and then we wait, and we make the easiest possible save. That make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
So we need to understand this idea of shadow defense, because until you understand this, these 1v1 games really aren't going to make sense. And it's clear to me that most people at your rank right now, they don't understand this concept, because he's backing up into the net, or at least this one guy doesn't, and you did it as well. So it's something to like improve on. Like we're just backing up while the other person drives. Yes, I'll shut up. I know I've been talking for a while.
No, I'm sorry, because that's one mistake. So I know what's a shadow defending, because I play like mostly in twos. But because the challenge that is happening right now, I hop on to 1v1. Basically, I'm like, my opponent is gold and some of them are plats, not all of them. But what make me good, I saw your videos like before I sub to your like coaching. So I noticed the one thing you were keep talking about is shadow defending, because that's what make you most lethal saver or like a defender.
Right.
So I tried to do it in a side way, like this positioning that I did is kind of shadowing, because I saw one of your videos give a more space so you can save the ball, or if he make any mistake, now you know how to get the ball from him.
Yeah, so you do, I can understand that you are correct. I'm glad that you're understanding that concept of shadow defense. You're correct. You want to be facing sideways. Ideally, when we're shadowing, we want to be on the same side as the opponent. So you want to be with the opponent looking at the net. And the reason is because when we attack from this angle, so what you want to be doing right now is we want to be approaching him. If you can challenge, like I said, challenge, or if not, we will move up and then we'll do some sort of like turn back like this, or it will move up and we'll do some sort of turn back like this. And then we will start driving with them, so that way we're on the same side. The reason you do this is because we don't want to be challenging at the opponent like this right now. Like we want to drive and then we want to fake, because this challenge is very hard. Like he could play it right, he could play low, he could play left, he could play high, and it all beats you when you're flying at him. So we want to get here and then move up like you did, and then start on the same side as him, which you do. So you did a good job here. So this is correct.
That's what I did. Look how I waffled here.
Yes, you definitely waffled this one. That's okay. We'll work on our ball control. So I'm going to give you a training pack. So you need to understand this first concept, which is shadow defense. Shadow defense, we'll call it SD. The second concept you need to understand is how to take the ball back. Or I'm going to call this cornering. So this is a very important concept for 1v1. We call it like cornering. And so what cornering is there are a lot of situations in 1v1 where you'll be stuck on the wrong side of the ball. We've all been there.
Okay.
You're on the wrong side of the ball. You make a shot on offense. Let me give you a free play example, okay? So the idea with cornering is you're taking the ball on offense. You're on the wrong side of the ball. You're dribbling. You flick it over the defender. Oh, wait. I need a boomer flick. I need to flick it over the net. You flick it over the defender. It bounces off the backboard. I need one that goes way off. Okay, let's do a boomer flick. Flick the ball off the backboard. It goes over the defender. Oh, shoot. We're on the wrong side of the ball. What we want to be doing here is we want to be guiding this ball into our corner, because the corner is the safest place in 1v1. If we take a 50-50 here, very likely it's going to be good for us, because we have the wall to our back. So you need to be comfortable. Oh, I flipped him on the wrong side of the ball, making this touch back to your corner, controlling the ball. That way, if they were to ever challenge, you know, you're in a very nice spot here. So this is this idea of cornering.
Is it okay if I interrupt for a sec?
Yep. Any questions, please?
This is my first time being in one of these
yeah, no worries.
Like teaching classes, and I'm just kind of curious as to how I get my replays and analyzed or anything like that.
Yep. You just drop it in chat. I have instructions if you go to the announcements chat. There's a video that shows you how to pull replays from your PC, and then at the start of class, there's a 10-minute window where I'll accept replays, and then I download all the replays. So next Monday night, just show up within the first 10 minutes and just drop the replay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no worries.
Okay,
So,
I have a question.
So
if
yep,
it's- if
questions
it's
on this
okay.
idea of cornering. Yep.
Yeah. So sometimes you have an awkward positioning. So when you shoot the ball, sometimes some scenarios in ranked is not the same like in free play. You know what I mean? So I have a one problem is recovering.
Yeah.
Like say if I'm in awkward positioning, especially in comp, that's what I
Yeah.
get into like 200%. Like 10 times I'll be scored down because of my awkward positioning.
Yeah, so I would practice recoveries under pressure. A good way to do that is go and do, there's a training pack called Diamond Defense, which is quite good for people who know how to half flip, who know how to wave dash, who know how to speed flip, but are inconsistent with it. So it's called Diamond Defense. I've used this pack before. I just added it to my favorites. Let me pull up the code for you.
Please, whenever, and drop it in the
So
chat.
this is the code. Diamond Defense by Lexus. And this is like, saves under pressure. And so you need to, for example, on this one, we need to hustle and save. On this one, we need to be able to fast aerial quickly. On this one, we need to be able to hit the brakes and then fast aerial. On this one, we need to be able to half flip and then catch up to the ball. Half flip and then catch up to it. On this one, we need to be able to half flip and fast aerial. So this is just good practice of like doing the basics, but under pressure. So there's this. There's also free play for drilling like half flips and these things. But this is like a good like level 1 for you. Like the level 1 awkward backwards saves. All these things. So this is like a good level 1 where you have to go backwards, take a fast aerial, go backwards. Here I'm just leaning back into my fast aerial. That's an example. Here's another example using fast aerial forward. Now, a higher level, so that's like level 1. Level 2 of this would be a pack like One Shots by Kevpert, F8. And in this pack, what we're doing is we are simulating that we're on the wrong side of the ball. So for example, in a one shot, we're on the wrong side. Now what we need to do is we need to make a soft touch back to our side, bring it back around, and then shoot. So you imagine you're on the wrong side of the ball, you need to control it, shoot. And so just the simple successive touches will not be easy. Not be easy for most players. So you're on the wrong side of the ball, you're making a touch this way, and I won't even use power slide. You can just do one touch and then shoot. It's a good practice. This makes sense? This drill makes sense to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Need to be comfortable at this. We can take another drill that you can be doing here as you improve is the take ball back drill, which would just be like, hey, make a powerful touch to your corner, practice getting your corner boost and still getting back around the ball in time as if a defender was challenging you, right? Because now we're in a position to take the ball back up the field. It's just like we said, we're on the wrong side. What most players will do here is they'll go, oh, the ball's on top of me, and they'll try to do this, and they'll try to like half flip, but the defender's right here.
That's what I do.
He's gonna hit it right over your head. He's gonna score on you. So you can't just take it right into him because he's right there. You're not gonna win that. So what you need to do is you need to reset the play by hitting it back to your side, and then if you have an opening to cut, okay, great, cut. But most often, if the defender's sniffing the entire time, this just looks like taking the ball back, make sure he's not chasing you, control your corner boost, and then yeah, you can create from here.
So whatever I do here is a good scenario, even if they demo me, right?
Well, no, so you definitely don't want to get demoed. And the way that we do that is we need to play the ball back quickly. Not so far that we boom it like this. Yeah.
No, but like if he have more boost than me, he will have more chance to demo me, right?
He will if you can't get to supersonic, but ideally you can make this touch back, get to supersonic, and run away with the ball, something like this. You'll see I'm at supersonic already. So now I'm controlling my corner boost. It's very difficult for him to challenge. I wouldn't sweat the details. I would just focus on working on your car control in order to be able to make these touches. You don't have to be doing the cross map air dribble, whatever, in platinum, but the the goal is that you're comfortable taking the ball back and making that controlled touch back to your side. It's very common in 1v1. You'll have a flick that goes over the net. You'll need to take the ball back, and you need to make sure you control the boost, like we outlined, and don't get demoed. So what it looks like is you hit the ball to your corner. As you hit it back, you're controlling all the boost. You don't want him to get any of the boost. You don't get demoed, and now in this position, he can't really challenge you. It's going to be very difficult. That makes sense?
Got it. Got it.
Okay. The last concept is of 1v1 that I'm going to go over for just to be thorough, but that you can obviously you need to practice one of these things at a time. These things one at a time. The last concept for 1v1 is dribbling on an angle. And so you imagine this is like a cycle. So what we're doing is we are cornering the ball, controlling the boost. Wait, sorry, I blanked on the concepts. Cornering, dribbling on an angle. What is the third one? What did I miss that, Alan? Shadow defense. Shadow defense.
Shadow defense.
So you shadow defense to regain possession of the ball when they have the ball. You shadow defense. When you finally shadow defense, you get the ball in the corner. When you get the ball in the corner, you control your boost. And now when we've controlled the boost and we have the attack, we start dribbling on an angle. What does this mean? Well, what most players will do is they'll dribble in straight lines. So they go like this. They put the ball in their car, they dribble it straight at the net, and then they try to front flip. Well, the problem with this is that when I finish this flick, there are many problems. But if I front flip like this, where do I land?
Yeah, upper post.
I land exactly right. I land in their net. So if I'm dribbling like this and I flick it over him, I'm landing in their net and I'm getting counterattacked. When I dribble on an angle and I flick it like this, I'm recovering out to the side. Notice this.
Yeah.
I'm recovering out to the side, so I'm going to be quicker to come back around. Also, when I'm dribbling on an angle, I can see somebody in net. Look, I can see the entire net, and I can get direction change when I flick it. So if I'm dribbling to the right here, I can see all the net off to my left, that the ball doesn't cover it. And at any point, I could flick left, and I get direction change and height change. And so this is very effective. So instead of dribbling the ball in straight lines where I can't see anybody in the net, and then I'm guessing, and then if I do flick it, I'm landing in the net, and I'm getting scored on. Instead, we dribble on an angle, so you can see the defender. You flick when you're ready, you recover quickly, and we're back. Now, if it ever goes wrong after this moment, that's when we implement the final step, which is, okay, I'm on the wrong side. What do I do? Take the ball back. Corner it exactly right. Then what do? I get the ball. I control the boost. He didn't boost. He didn't demo me. What do you think I'm going to start doing?
Dribbling to the side.
Dribbling to the side so I can see the entire net. And I flick it when it's time.
Got it.
And you just rinse and repeat this cycle. This is a very formulaic cycle to get to Grand Champ in 1v1.
Agree.
Now there are obviously more parts to the game mode, but this will give you the basics so that you're not making the mistakes that most platinum and diamonds make, which is like they get on the wrong side of the ball, they accidentally flick it over the net, and then what do they try to do? They make it worse. Here, I'll show you. They'll do something like this. They'll flick it over the net. They'll go, oh, I'm on the wrong side of the ball. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. And they give the ball to the opponent, and then the opponent goes and they hit it by him, and now it's in my net. So we take it back to our corner, control the boost. Life is good.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, so those are the basics of 1v1. If you just practice those three things we outlined, which are shadow defense, I have a pack for you on that, which is getting on the same side. Let me give you a pack on shadow defense. Nimbus is good for shadow defense. It's this one. These are just a couple saves behind. And you get good at, jumping, air rolling, saving the ball to the corner. This will help you in those awkward positions. And then you can obviously use diamond defense like we talked about. You can practice the one shots for cornering. And then you can practice dribbling on an angle in free play or in any dribbling pack. And that'll help you a lot.
Got it. Can you drop the code for this map, please, too?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That was obviously a lot to go over, but that's like my entire one system. And to make this robust, I guess I'll show you a pack for dribbling as well to practice dribbling on an angle. Shadow defense. Where's shadow defense? I don't see it. Nimbus. Here it is. Uncomfortable saves is also good, but it's not as much of a shadow defense pack as it is like a weird saves. I'll put both of those in chat. And a good final pack is Dribble Gym is really good for training ground dribbles. Very simple.
Okay.
Practice getting the ball, dribbling it slightly to one of the posts. That way you have room to play the ball around the defender. So you're like, for example, you're dribbling at the right post, and then you're flicking left. Dribble at the right post, flick left.
Got it.
This gives direction change and height change on your shots, and allows you to see the defender. You could also dribble left, flick right. Dribble left, flick right. Very good to be able to do this automatically. And then you've got all of these, where you can like take this at the front post, flick far post. You can take this at the front post, flick far post. You can also take this at the far post, flick front post. But the main idea is you're just dribbling on this slight angle, so that way we get direction change when we go for the shots. That makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Want to get left, right, and a little bit of height change. It's going to make your shots much more effective. Your flicks, excuse me.
Got it.
Cool. We just went over a lot of 1v1 principles. We went over cornering. We went over shadow defense. We went over dribbling on an angle. Any questions?
No, 100%. I just want you to analyze like my gameplay for like a full the match, and you just give me the mistakes inside there, if it's possible.
Yeah. So I would give you the mistakes. The main things that were going wrong in that lobby is we just weren't doing the basics, which is like we weren't confident with our mechanics, so we were waffling the touches, right? We weren't shadow defending properly. That goes for you and him. There were situations where you like went back when you should be shadow defending him. And so I just need you to rep out those basics and just make sure that you're doing those.
I have a question. Should you always shadow defend, or is there situations where you should just go back?
Yeah, I mean, you're mostly shadow defending in ones. Sure, there are situations. Shadow defending is like your default. I can think about that question a little bit, but
yeah, I'm trying to break into Diamond. I'm currently Plat 3, Div 2, I think, right now, or Div 1, I forget. In ones. So.
Generally, we're driving at the opponent, and shadow defending is based on the strength of their touch. Like if they're not showing strength, then you ego challenge. You take the ball off them. You drive challenge. You demo them. You take the ball off them. You shouldn't always be shadow defending. Like you shouldn't always fake challenge into shadow defense. It should be your primary. You're doing it the majority of the time, but sometimes you just full ego challenge to mix it up. Sometimes you just drive challenge to try to demo them and be annoying. And if you have 0 boost and they're setting up an air dribble, go back to your corner, get boost so you can get in the air. But of those situations, yes, it's going to be the most common toolkit. Or the most common tool.
My next question would be, like, is it always ball over boost, or, like, not always, obviously, but, like, the majority of the time, is it ball over boost? Like, making sure that you have possession, or are there situations where you need to get boost?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's very difficult for me to answer a question like that. I'm not sure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
So is it good like to so I learned from you, like from your videos, to be patient. Is it also good in 1v1s? Because some scenarios I did, like I played some games today, and like I said, why I'm rushing my game? I should, like, as you said, just take your time. But most of the time, when I take my time, I found my opponent just come in and challenge me, even for 50s, like weird 50s.
Yeah, so it's a fair question. Like, should I be patient? But then I'm patient, then I see people challenging me. The short answer is, all the decisions you make in your game should be based on information that you see on your screen. So that's like a fancy way of me saying it's all situational. So like what I'm doing, like what a good player does is like high ranked players, they don't do this thing of like, I'm going into the game and I'm going to be patient. I mean, maybe a high ranked player can tell you they think this, like maybe it makes them feel better, but like that's not actually what they do. If you ask any high ranked player what they're, break down to me what words are tracking in your head, and you listen to any high ranked player play, what they're doing is they're commentating their thoughts and they're saying things like, take time here, you have space here, he's challenging here, go quick. Every decision you'll hear in a high rank, any high rank player who's worth their salt will say this. It's all based on information, what you see on the screen. That's it. So like, I really do not encourage these mantras of like, I'm going to go play patient, or I'm going to go play aggressive, or I'm going to go. No, you enter your game and you think, I'm going to make decisions based on the information on my screen. And if you personally are struggling with, you know, you don't fake challenge enough, or you dive too much, you could say, I'm going to pay attention to when my opponent looks like they're strong and they have the ball controlled, and I'm not going to full send in those positions. But I don't like to generally think, like, I really discourage this type of woo-woo Rocket League coaching where it's like, yeah, bro, you just, like, you go talk to your high-rank friend and he's like, yeah, man, I just ball chase. I think you just need to play faster. Like, what does that mean? That's not helpful. Like, you have to break things down to actually what inputs and what things on the screen, what information is leading to my decision. And so, anyways, that's a long way of me saying, if that helps you, do you. I found that the way that you improve is you actually chunk things down into what information leads to what decisions, and you understand why you're making a certain decision. And then if it's incorrect, or if there's information you're not taking into account, you learn how to pay attention to that information. You find the pattern, you recognize the pattern, and you change your behavior. And that's how you improve at the game. And the less times you can make the same mistake, the better player you'll be. The more times you make the same mistake, the longer it's going to take you to improve.
Yeah, because as I said, there's some people are saying, oh, you have to be bull chasing. And that's what I found of my friend, was like saying, oh, your gameplay is super slow. Bro, just chase the ball and be fast. You're never going to get good if you're not being fast. Because whenever, like, that's the mistake that put it in my mentality, is when I saw like Rawas and the team was like training before like any game or stuff.
Yeah.
And I was looking, they were like literally fast, and I was saying, oh yeah, I should be fast. Why am my gameplay is super slow? Look how fast they are.
So you're conflating results with inputs. You're conflating outputs with inputs. So it's like saying, wow, this guy is a billionaire and he flies on a private jet. I need to go spend all my money on a private jet and then I'll be a billionaire. Wrong order. That's not how it happened. So it's the same thing. It's like, oh, you're looking at Rawas. Wow, Rawas plays fast. He's a pro. I must need to play fast to be a pro. Wrong answer. Like, yes, he plays faster than you, and he has better mechanics with you. That is one thing. There are many other things. And yes, you're correct. You need to get your mechanics up to that speed. But if you just go tell a plat, play faster, that's a very unhelpful system. That's a very unspecific way to tell him how to improve. So the answer is like, yes. And I think what they probably mean by be fast is improve your recoveries. What they could also mean is watch the play more, so you're not looking at car cam when there's something going down. And they could also mean play on small pads, because if you're closer to the play, you could be faster. They might also mean, you know, be in better positions, because if you're in a better position, you'll be closer to the ball and you'll be better anticipating the next outcome. So like, you need to be specific. And then below that, it's like each of those skills chunks down to smaller, more game-specific examples and patterns that will arise. So long story short, you need to just look at your gameplay and you need to go, what's the number one constraint? What is the one thing that if I fixed would give me the biggest lift on my overall improvement, my overall skill in my gameplay? And then what you do is you just hammer that thing until it's no longer your constraint, and then you reassess next week. You say, what is the constraint of my gameplay? So what is my weakest link? A system will grow to the constraint of its weakest link, not based on, you don't hammer what you're already good at and then wonder why you're not ranking up.
So basically analyzing every game I do to know what's the strength and the weaknesses, then we used to work with that in the mid game, right?
Correct. And we train those things in between matches, right? We identify the patterns, we identify the mistakes, we identify the mechanics we lack, we identify the game sense decisions we make wrong, we identify the concepts we don't properly or fully understand, we identify the skill, like all these things. And there are a million, like there are different buckets, but yes. Like this is the overall, you know, me personally, this is my school of thought on how you improve in not just Rocket League, but any complex skill. You chunk it down, you identify the weak link, you hammer the weak link ruthlessly and ignore everything else until it's no longer the weakest link. You reassess what your weakest link is, and then you improve. And the magic is in quickly iterating, quickly finding the weak link, knowing the most precise training, the precise way to isolate that, and to grow over time. And that's, you just do that on repeat. You rinse and repeat. And then in 8.5 years, you look like Rawas. But you don't just say, I'm going to play faster and then expect
I'm never going to be like him.
Yeah, don't worry.
Like him,
yeah, most people will never be like him. I will never be like him either.
One last question. Is age
last one.
Is really make a difference as being
in what
playing
respect?
Rocket League? Like to be a pro? Like
Absolutely.
in Rocket League? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, let's just look at the data, right? What's the average age of a pro? It's like something like 18 and a half, 18, 19, right?
Yeah.
Even some of the best players in the world, they start to hit 23, 24, my age, right? It's not that they don't improve. They continue to improve. You look at Squishy. He's better now than he was when he was 18, undoubtedly. But what happens is the rate of learning slows, right? And there are a lot of different camps for why this is, but yeah. The rate of learning slows.
If we talk about age too, is then also crazy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But it's not that you stop learning. It's just that your rate of learning is slower. But if you're still putting time in, I mean, if the question is, can I be a high-rank Rocket League player at the age of 30? Absolutely you can. Pro is a very different discussion. You're talking at extremes. Yeah. Guys, that is the last question I'll take. I really appreciate all the questions, Bob. I'm excited to see you improve. I hope that was helpful. Replay this if you need help. I need to go upload all of these replays from the last month over to the class recordings chat. This will be there. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. Guys, I'll be live in here every Monday night. I'm going to go upload these class recordings. And I'm going to let the shorts editors know that we had a good session today. So there's a lot of stuff to pick from. But yeah, that's me. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you in the community. Maybe we'll be hanging out later. Peace, y'all. Thanks so much for coming.
See ya.
Peace on YouTube. I'll see you. I'm getting good with these resets. Got a lot of background footage. C-Dog says, has he read the chat once? Only once. All right, let's upload these recordings. Thanks for watching on YouTube.